we back. It been a while, something like a month. It's
It's been a long time for me.
Yeah, it has been a long time for you. It's 3 days after Christmas and 3 days till New Year's. Math.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quick math.
The holiday extravaganza.
Honestly, I think the last time I was on your guys' YouTube channel is when I got one of your
Project when you
videos
speak.
taken down.
Yeah, you did get one of our videos taken down.
And
Because you're the funniest guy.
I was going through a rough time, but we're doing better now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
yeah, see,
Not like
I
when
see you're
Mike Lee got
sporting
us
the new.
Banned from Discord for extremism.
I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
No, it was Mike Lee. It's not as bad as
Mike-
that. Which
Mike Lee's friends.
24-hour ban. Mike Lee's friends. Who we don't know.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was a funny interlude. Speaking of extremism, just see now, apparently the NYPD is saying anyone sharing like positive praising Luigi content is going to be put on a watch list, and I'm like,
Watch list for
you mean the
what?
whole internet?
Yeah, that everybody.
Why are they putting people on a watch list?
Well, because they're trying to charge him with terrorism for shooting one guy. Well, you know, you can be a mentally disturbed person and walk into a school and just open fire and
It
murder 14 children
sounds
and
like
not
it's-
get charged with terrorism.
It sounds like it's just murder, not terrorism.
It is
Yeah.
just murder.
Well, not just murder, but
Arguably
Well, I mean-
justifiable homicide, I feel like.
Well, it's also a conflict of interest because the judge is the wife of, the judge is the wife, and the husband has a lot of stock in healthcare stuff. So it's a huge conflict of interest as well.
This is
that's wild.
what in
Yeah.
the olden days we would call a show trial.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
It's
Even with the conflicts of interest, which the state refuses to acknowledge, because of course they refuse to acknowledge it,
yeah,
I believe we'll end up with a hung jury situation.
yeah.
Have you seen the graph of searches for the Wikipedia page on jury nullification since the shooting? It's
I
like,
believe it probably. Yeah.
It's
oh,
great.
absolutely.
yeah, I love it. I'm all for it. And remember, it doesn't have to be a high-profile case.
Okay.
Anyone can be on a jury and nullify it, just for funsies.
I think,
Yeah.
honestly, that's the hardest part about having a jury in today's day and age is there's so much on the internet. It's hard to walk
Yeah.
into a situation and
Well, you
not
gotta
know.
sequester them and take their phones and shit.
It's hard to walk in and because I'll ask you, do you know anything about this? Do you have any predisposed opinions? Who doesn't know about this? So how do you
Also,
find,
who doesn't-
how do you find an unbiased jury even?
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Also, how do you not have an opinion about it? It's like,
That's
Right.
That's just a judge, though. You can just lie to him.
That is a crime if they
How's he
want to
gonna
press
prove
charges.
you knew about it?
That's true.
Especially once the case is over, you'd be like, "Well, yeah, I know all about it now. I'm on the goddamn jury." It's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like, man, if you want to get people that you really just have to find people that don't use technology. You just need to basically have Amish people be the
70-year-old.
jury.
Hey, you know what? They
I don't-
probably do a good job.
I
honestly.
believe. I don't know this because I don't know
Amish.
many Amish or Mennonites, but aren't they not exempted from serving on jury duty and stuff like that because of
They're a citizen.
It could fall under
Yeah.
like a religious exemption,
yeah, it's
because Mennonite have limited access to computers, and they're allowed to use technology. Like they can drive cars.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are different sects of Mennonite, but
Right.
the ones I grew up with,
Mennonites.
they were allowed to drive cars as long as they were like really dark bland colors, like really really dark gray
Yeah.
or black or like white, and that's it. And they had to be generic cars like a Honda Civic. They couldn't be anything fun.
They can't buy a Porsche 944.
Negative.
No Hemi Challengers in Go Mango Orange for the Mennonites.
Yeah. We have a
Amish
my
Hellcat.
my old hometown has quite a bit of Amish, but those guys are awesome. It'd be the dead of the winter, 0 degrees outside. They're there on a horse and a buggy, just
Yep.
Hold right up.
I bet they got heaters in them things now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think
mean,
I think
I
it
don't
was
know.
neat
That's the
watching
thing,
them
though.
build.
I don't know how the heaters work. They're not cigarette lighter plug-in heaters.
No, I have no idea.
Coal. Wood.
By the way, as cold
wood
as it gets,
stove?
if you're a defroster or a heated burger, do not fucking buy those things. They're just gonna burn your car down.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're-
That's a terrible idea.
They don't get that hot. It's not about the heater. It's about the amp load
It's
you're
about
putting
how
through
much-
your
how much
wiring
amps
and the
it's
cigarette lighter. It's never meant to do that.
Right.
You burn your car down.
Yeah, that's
You could burn things down. Oh, I watched a great video with Gray the other night about home insulation. She was like, "Yeah, I've been thinking about doing the spray foam," and I was like, "Don't watch this."
Terrible.
We watched this video, and a guy had built a wall, like 6 sections, and he'd done all the insulation types in it, and then he set all of them on fire. And the spray foam was like immediately
Oh, yeah.
inferno, and it looked like it burned out, but he went up to it with like a steel bar and like smacked it and knocked a chunk off, and it was still an inferno behind it.
Yeah.
The only one that didn't burn is rock wool. Everyone just use rock wool. It doesn't burn. It's
Mhm.
literally spun rock wool. It's incapable of burning.
There you go.
Don't burn your houses down. Do wiring correctly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's a whole
how did
problem.
we get here?
And-
We were talking about watch lists.
We were talking about. Well, we got to the Amish.
Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we got here.
Yeah. Which, speaking of show trials, me and you had talked about it last night. The Carlos Ghosn.
Oh yeah.
I'm not tracking on this.
So,
So,
well, let's surmise this quickly. Nissan has about a year of existence left.
Oh, are they trying to merge with Honda, right?
Well,
yeah.
Trying to.
that is an absolute last resort. Nissan's own worst enemy is Nissan here.
Doesn't surprise
Always
me.
has been. They don't build very good cars, and they are more expensive than some cars that are better.
I feel like they
and-
used to build better cars.
At one
Yeah.
point in time, they built
Just
some pretty good
kinda
cars.
gone
However,
downhill.
they'd invested a lot into like an EV joint venture with like Renault and Mitsubishi. That then
That never happened?
Never went anywhere. It didn't result in
Yeah.
a car because the market spoke, and it's like, hey, people aren't buying EVs because they're awful. And then they're like, oh yeah,
People
well,
are buying them, just
Mm,
not as much they used to. But the market's being flooded with
everybody
EVs.
who wanted one already has one.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch EV sales slow down because of that.
Oh,
It was brand new, so everyone's like, I want one now, and now it's slowing down over time, and you'll see people
but
buy
anyway,
used ones instead of new ones.
the last man to save Nissan in 06,
how long ago
07
was that?
was this French guy who had formerly been at Renault named Carlos Ghosn, who then I don't know.
Yeah, he was the chief executive of Michelin North America, the chairman and CEO of Renault, the chairman of Autovaz, and then he was the chairman and CEO of Nissan and chairman of Mitsubishi. And he was arrested in 2018 on suspicion of financial misconduct.
I don't know the
and-
validity of those charges, but being that he's a CEO,
Yeah.
Has
probably
he been,
did that shit.
Has he been tried for it?
No, he fled
Negative.
Japan.
Well, it sounds like
Because-
he's innocent until proven
He's
guilty.
He's hanging out in a non-extradition country right
Ah,
now.
that's
Yeah.
that's pretty suspicious, actually.
Has been ever since he left in 2018.
Which, I mean, his escape was one of the wildest things because he paid Spec Ops team to basically smuggle him in what looked like, what was it,
It was a crate.
Yeah, it was a crate that looked like it was for, like, band equipment.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
like-
boxed
I-
himself up in an anvil case
He went
and
in the
got
cargo
smuggled
section
out
of
of
the plane.
Japan.
That's crazy.
No, it was in his jet. It was in his own private
was a
jet.
private
That's
jet.
what
Got it. Okay.
It was just stuff that they were putting
But-
in the passenger compartment of the private jet.
But the whole thing was that Nissan spent $200 million of their own money
Yeah.
just to investigate him. And for people that don't understand the Japanese, justice system is, in America it's innocent until proven guilty. In Japan, it's guilty until proven innocent, which is
Right.
why they have such a high rate for conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Well,
they don't really care about the results. They just want
It's
the
like
numbers.
97%.
yeah,
it's
no one would be
really high.
suspicious of a crime if you didn't commit the crime. That's
It's
Japan.
not
probably.
true. They hate foreigners.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the brawl that broke out in Japan?
No.
George
No.
Washington pulled into Yokosuka. They did a home port shift. First night on beach, they started the brawl at the haunch.
That
And,
sounds about Navy.
Immediately, all of them
Yeah.
put on liberty restriction because of it.
Sounds about
Yeah, it
Navy.
sounds like par for the course.
There's a video of it.
Like, there's a correct way to conduct yourself in Japan and an incorrect way. Like, I never started a brawl at the haunch. I did get drunk with three-fingered Yakuza dudes in Kabukicho.
I mean, that's a correct way to do it. You don't Johnny
He did it
Somali.
right. He caused no problems. He stayed quiet, and you just enjoyed your evenings.
Yeah, when in Rome, you do as the Romans do. Because you're in Rome.
Yeah, yeah. You don't Johnny Somali it, because that's how you end up in prison in South Korea, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna release you eventually.
My
Yeah.
least favorite thing about going to Japan, my warrant officer is of that descent, right? So he sit there and tell us the right way, don't be a stupid American, act this way, but then he can act however he wants, because no one will question him. And I watch it happen, I'm like, you motherfucker.
It's not true. I think they can tell
No,
he's secretly an American. And
they
I-
might be
I
able to
bet-
tell, but he
I bet
gets
they
some
call
grace
him
points.
whatever's Japanese for Twinkie behind his back.
Maybe, I watch him do everything we're told not to do, and no one cares. But I know if I did it, it would be the end of the world.
You can name names. 6 people are going to watch this. He's not one of them.
What if we blow up and they start going back? You know. Well, I don't want Warrant Roby to find.
I mean,
talk about him on the internet.
It was you.
Also, we don't know if what we're gonna say in this one. This one might get taken down too.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm trying to stay away from any jokes that would get it taken down. Make a solid effort there not to ruin this video.
Yeah. Anyway, Merry
So,
Christmas, everybody.
Merry-
Almost Happy
Merry
New
Christmas,
Year.
guys.
This will be up before New Year's. I'll put it up today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Did you-
I don't know.
Did you send me a package?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know when it'll get there.
Every year you do this, and I sit there and go, I'm a terrible friend. Just thought you should know that. That's all. I
Okay.
feel bad because
Yeah.
I don't do the same in return. I just feel like I got a lot going on.
I
You're
feel
fine.
bad I
You-
didn't
you
get
just-
you anything.
You just got married, so
Yeah. Maybe in a
did
couple
I see that
years
nice,
when the
pretty
kids
ring
are,
on your finger?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm a married man now.
Ooh.
It's different.
He's taken, ladies.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, bud. Yeah, no, I mean, I got candy for everybody because I went to Germany. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's
Shoot
right.
cart.
I forgot you did
Yeah.
that.
Have you talked
Food
about
cart was,
Germany yet?
huh?
Not the deets.
You talked about Germany on the pod yet?
No, because we haven't potted since.
Germany, explain away.
I want to hear all about it.
So, I mean, I went to Germany for 2 weeks. Went and we did a different city pretty much every day. Best city I went to was a toss-up between Stuttgart, because I love Porsche, and their museum was one of the top 3 museums I've been to, or Berlin, because Berlin is a lot of history there. It's beautiful.
Do they still have any section of the wall as like a museum
Yes.
piece?
Yep.
That's cool.
No, the parts of the wall are actually still up, like
Awesome.
from where it originally was. And you can see there's spray paint and there's holes in it and all, and it's really cool.
For anyone who
I would-
hasn't seen
I
it,
would see that.
YouTube David Hasselhoff singing down the Berlin Wall. He was literally there in like a light up outfit with like a piano key scarf on, and he was singing I've Been Looking for Freedom as they were tearing the Berlin Wall down. He was on like a boom lift. It was fucking ridiculous. It was the most 90s German shit you've ever seen, except maybe for like Manta Manta. Anyway, I'm going to be right over there off screen smoking while you guys keep talking. Continue,
You're
Germany.
good.
Sure.
So, if you go during Christmas time, there's a lot of Christmas markets that go on.
Yeah.
And basically what it is they go and they do this thing called Glühwein, which is red mulled wine, and it's served warm. And then they have a bunch of other different drinks. Like,
Is it
they'll
like,
do...
Is it good?
Oh,
Sounds
it's
interesting.
fantastic.
Okay. I have a
Um,
weird time with some alcohols when they get like room temperature. It gets worse. So warm.
Oh, no.
go the
It's like
opposite.
hot. It's hot because it's cold over there. So,
Ah, that makes sense.
like, I have probably close to a dozen cups that are all different designs.
Mhm.
But they all
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it's hard to. My camera doesn't want to zoom, but yeah, they all have different stuff on them. This one actually had a sugar cube in it, and it was like a glue vine, but then you lit the whole drink on fire.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, my camera doesn't want to focus properly, bitch. But yeah, I have probably close to a dozen different cups because they're all different based on because every city has their own cups,
Oh,
and
okay.
some cities actually have multiple different cups.
It's like Starbucks.
Like just yeah,
Starbucks.
basically. But
A terrible comparison, but
yeah, so all of them were different. So you're encouraged to kind of go to different cities. It's fucking cold, so you definitely want to get good wear.
how close were the cities? I know Germany's a lot smaller, so was the travel time actually
Germany's
pretty
like
okay?
the size of Texas.
Right, right.
Yeah. So some of them were further away, but they also have their own version of the bullet train.
Nice.
So like on the days my brother, because I went to go see my brother with my mom.
Yeah.
So on the days my brother worked, me and my mom would go and take a bullet train. We took one up to Berlin, and then we took one down to Munich. And from Berlin to where we were staying, like where my brother lives, is like a 4-hour bullet train.
That's not
And
bad.
Berlin's on like the very far right side, and then Munich's near the bottom. And even Munich to Berlin was 4 hours away. It's all relatively close.
Yeah. That's pretty nice. It's nice that they have trains and stuff too, so you don't have to rent cars, things like that.
Yeah, just because I'm sure I could drive over there. I just have to get my international driver's permit.
Mm-hmm.
But I already spent a lot of money. I'll be honest, I spent
Right,
a lot
right.
of money there.
But you're going
I
on
didn't wanna-
vacation, you should spend money.
Yeah, it's just I didn't want to financially burden myself too much.
Right.
So it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of I would say Germany is for of all the places I've been, it's definitely one of the top 3 beautiful. Berlin itself is one of my top 5.
Yeah.
Overall, Germany is just a beautiful place. There's a lot of different good food there. A lot of the areas are pretty walkable. Like you go to Berlin or just Munich or any of those, the cities are pretty walkable.
Awesome. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it to anybody. Go thinking about it, just go. You'll have a great time.
I gotta get my
It's the-
passport for things like that.
It was so much fun. I wish I could go back. Probably try and go back in the next 2 years or so again, just because I had a great time.
There you go. Not a bad idea.
You don't need to know German too much. They deal with enough Americans and English speaking people that they're fine. They can get by.
It's like going to Japan. Everyone's like, I don't know Japanese. It's like, it's okay. Somebody will speak English.
Yeah.
Somebody will speak English.
Yeah.
It'll be
Because even if
really to practice their English,
even if it's not,
a real Englisher.
I've had
even
that.
if it's not
I'm sorry. Continue.
no, you're good. I was gonna say even if it's not Americans, it's like the British go there and all that kind of stuff. So there's
Right.
there's all kinds of English speakers.
I was in Japan a couple of years ago, and there was a group of 4 of us just walking around, and there was this dude that came up to us and just started talking to us in pretty good English, and I was like, oh, okay. And at the end, he goes, yeah, I go to this school that teaches me English, and part of my assignment was to find English speakers and converse with them. So he took a selfie with us at the end to prove
Oh, hell yeah.
that he talked to us. I was like, that's pretty neat. I was like,
Hell yeah.
that dude's English was probably more proper than ours.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, and that's the thing is English is definitely one of the harder languages because there are so many exceptions to rules and stuff
Oh,
like
I
that.
hate it. I'm teaching one of my daughters how to read right now, and she's like, oh, this makes this sound. I'm like, yeah, but actually in that word it makes a different sound. And she's like, why?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. It just does.
We
Yep.
just decided
Yep.
it does.
Because America.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So anybody learning English is nice, get your hat.
Yeah.
Anybody learning English, kudos to them, because a lot of other languages, they make sense.
Yeah. English doesn't.
I got a new
English
feather
does
in
not.
my hat too, because Simon, our African great parrot, is molting. So I got a little
Aw.
African gray feather in there now.
That's adorable.
Gave me a little feather. I can't wait till he's like molting, and I can get one of the red ones. He's got red tail feathers, a little red butt.
Yeah, the,
I love that bird.
the hair, the beard, the hat, it fits you well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fits you real well.
Well, with the jacket, and I'm usually like wearing all black just because work pants and
Yeah.
my work boots, and like, man, you look like if
Where are you working?
guys in Leonard Skinner started a punk band. I'm like, thank you. Exactly what
That's
I'm
a compliment.
Exactly what I'm going for.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. Right now, nowhere. Just school. But when I go back to work as full time to live there and move out of this place that is in Linden, which I hate, but the house I like. When I go back full time, I'll be working with my boss Nate again and building my shop. But hopefully the shop's built by June when I go out there, and then I just got to work to fill it with stuff like a lift and some machines and yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice. You're
Yeah.
out
I'll be trying to-
Germany.
I'll be trying to visit you in February at some point. We just got to figure out dates.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'll be home.
Hell yeah.
I will also be home.
I'll have to make time for you.
You'll be here.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Clean up one of the bedrooms for you because I just sleep on the couch because the
That's
TV's right there.
Inconvenience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that.
Fridge is right
That's.
there.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's how I used to do
I
it.
live
Like,
in the living
This is
room.
the most efficient place to live in the house. Bathroom, TV, fridge.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the loft setup for my shop is basically just my living room.
I think if I were to ever build a house someday, it'll almost be set up like I see the barn dominiums.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
I
kind of what
would,
we're
I
doing.
would almost set up a house like that.
We're doing a prefab steel building.
yeah, they're a lot cheaper and they're
Yeah.
honestly nicer. Like,
They
'cause
look
you don't.
awesome, and yet the nice
Yeah.
high ceilings and things too.
High ceilings aren't always good.
No, well,
You got
It's
insulation,
more.
you're gonna lose a lot of heat.
It's more to cool and more to heat.
Yeah. Heat
Mhm.
pumps are great though.
yes they are.
Heat pumps kick ass.
Yes, they do.
I'm gonna have one, and then
I have
shop.
2 of them installed in my house.
Yeah,
Those
they-
things kick ass.
Are they Mr. Cool?
I don't know. I
Or
don't
are they
check.
the Chinese knockoff
They-
of Mr. Cool that's exactly the same, but it doesn't say Mr. Cool on it?
They came with the house, but they heat and air condition and makes my life pretty easy. I just
Hell
leave them
yeah.
set to 68 and they turn on when they need to and turn off when they reach that temperature.
Yeah, we're doing a prefab steel building on a slab, 40 by 50 by 20. The back half of the building, the top 10 feet is going to be my loft.
There you go.
We're going to have a 10-foot steel deck off the back and just a sliding door to come in and out.
Nice.
It's going to be the only door in and out of the loft. Yeah. And then the bottom, under that, will probably be where I put my machining machines, and then the front half is when the lift is going to go to car shit, hopefully. And then a bunch of fucking gravel all around it, and just compressor, water
Right.
catchment. So I've thought about this and designed it to no end. It's now just going to be financing it and then
Yeah.
living in it.
Hell yeah.
Which, I don't know if I can get a VA home loan for it, because it's not a home, it's not a house.
I
but-
mean, if you spin it as a residential place,
yeah.
home,
You can-
It might be
So you
different
can,
because you plan on using it commercially too.
No,
No,
I'm a farm shop. It's not a commercial property.
got it. Okay.
Roll
Yeah.
farm forest. That's what our land is zoned as.
Mm.
So that's what. But by being a farm
Yeah.
shop, I can work on things for the farm, which is part of the LLC.
Trucks
in my
and
shop.
tractors and
Yeah.
things like, yeah, pretty much anything. Because every farmer
People who
has a
work
4-wheel drive truck
on
to
the
get around.
farm's vehicles, yeah,
Yeah.
anything. So we're fuck you, county. Got our shit figured out.
No, my neighbor was a farmer. He always had just a little truck, the 4-wheel drive to get around place to place. 'Cause he had so much damn land.
Anyway,
Oh,
Germany.
absolutely. Oh, I mean, that was pretty much it. Like, there's a lot of cool cars there. I recommend going, like, even if you're not interested in cars, just because it's a beautiful area, a lot to see. Like,
Autobahn.
I want to go.
Oh,
Yeah, the Autobahn was alright.
Yeah.
if anything happens, they shut down a lot of parts of it, and also like if you drive through cities, you slow down the basically the uncapped sections where you can go as fast as you want are slowed down, and they slow down pretty quickly, and they have a lot of speed cameras, and their speed cameras are really well hidden. Like they'll paint the whole housing for them to match the background.
Oh wow. Oh, so it's like the green that Disney uses to hide all their poles and shit.
Yeah.
Disappears pretty much.
Yeah. So
Germany
they
does a
put
lot of things better than we do, and one of them is driving and the process of driving.
Oh, let me tell you, I just drove to Colorado. Okay, let me tell you the coolest thing about driving from Oak Harbor, Washington to Colorado is once I got out of Washington, the speed limit on the highways were 80.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And they were pretty
And-
empty.
Empty-ish, but
Yeah.
when it wasn't empty, people actually moved over to the right lane to let you pass.
Yeah.
People didn't ride in the left lane.
Well, I have
That
also,
wasn't a thing. I thought it was awesome. I'm passing cars and they're just moving over like they should. I'm like, wow, this is a great place to be.
I have also driven those sections of highway for the 2 days that I moved to Colorado and then came
Yep.
back.
Oh yeah, you probably
And-
took one of the
as,
similar routes.
As you can see by driving it, there's nothing out there.
No.
It's
It
why
was-
wouldn't there be a high speed limit?
I think
and
I spent.
people big. Nobody's trying to take an exit and stop out there. There's nothing fucking
What
there.
interstate is
You're
it?
literally just passing through.
Is it 82?
Yep.
Do it as quickly as possible.
I think is it 82. I don't know. Whenever you
Yeah.
get out of Colorado, I think you hit the 82. I spent like 600 miles on the 80.
Well, I'm through Utah. Did you
Cruising.
go through Utah?
I hit Utah.
Colorado, Utah, Idaho.
I hit
back to
Idaho,
Washington.
Wyoming. I actually hit the top of Wyoming before it came down.
Oh.
Yeah,
Went down to Seattle and then east,
pretty much. Yeah.
all the way to Wyoming and then down.
Pretty
Okay,
much.
So yeah.
Well, I mean, we mapped it out, and there was the least weather advisories on that route. And I
Yeah.
brought the chains with me, but
You don't need to change.
I didn't want to chain up because I knew in Washington there'd be
I
like,
didn't
oh
need
my
chains.
god, an inch of snow, put your chains on. I'd be like, why? Why are we doing this? So I tried to avoid any weather.
That's fine.
You're fair point. Fair point. Green means go, you know.
We're close, but we're not that close.
Yeah, unfortunately, Virginia is like opposite. They have shitty drivers. So
Oh,
even today, I nearly got into an accident because I was trying to get into the right lane to go into my public storage unit where I go and drop have my RX-7 housed.
yeah.
A new Jeep Cherokee was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna brake to let you in. I'm gonna speed up," and he nearly clipped my corner. And I'm like, "Dog, I know your car's worth more than mine. Are you seriously willing to risk it?"
Welcome to that part of the United States. From there all the way up to Jersey and New York, that's the thing.
Yeah.
People don't let you in there. If you look in your mirrors and you turn your head, they see your head turned, they're going to take that space on you. You have to look with your eyes and turn real quick. It's a shitty place to be, honestly.
In talking to Gray about the shop and everything, I've said numerous times, like, I can't wait to have just a work truck that I don't care about, so that in the event someone tries to merge into me or break into me, I can just hit them
And not care.
and not care. My boss does metal fab. He makes big steel bumpers. I'm gonna get a big fuck off steel bumper, front and back.
Put a bash bar
You
on
want to
it.
hit me? Go ahead. I'll be fine. Yeah,
God damn, man.
yeah.
That shit
The
was
problem
wild. I was
though is
like,
that the work truck I want is also really cool, and I would have a desire to make it nice. And then once I made it nice, I would care about it a lot and not want to wreck it. So, or use it for work after that.
yeah, you gotta get two of them. One that's nice
If you
and one
buy
that's...
if you buy a work truck, you almost have to keep it not nice so that it stays a work truck.
Yeah,
Not
I mean it would be
not nice, but like
nice,
can't
but
make
I mean
it too
like
nice.
I would paint it all one color.
Yeah.
Because if I'm buying a work truck, it's probably not going to be all the same color when I buy it. It might not even have
Yeah.
paint on it anymore by the time I buy it.
Best case scenario right there.
Yeah.
A rattle can paint job.
Nah, not rattle can.
Nah,
$12 Walmart spray gun.
fair enough.
And
You could get yourself a nice
the
paint booth.
$200 paint kit
I
from
mean, wait.
eBay.
With just some tarps and shit, you can make a nice paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. PVC pipe and plastic.
Yeah.
And you zip tie it up. You get a box fan at the front and
Yep.
the back, and let it evacuate. And then, yeah, I'm going to spray it. And just enamel. I'm going to lay it on thick so I can buff it out nice. And then In 10 years, when it starts to look cloudy and shitty again, it'll still be a nice thick coat of enamel and I can buff it out again.
There you go.
I might even
There
do
you go.
Rust-Oleum. Shit, Rust-Oleum's really cheap. You can buy it at Tractor Supply.
That's
It's
true.
for painting tractors.
Yeah. Yeah.
What better product to paint a work truck with?
Tractor paint, yeah. Because it's cheap and it's durable.
Bed liner.
For the bed and the
No, for the whole thing. For the whole thing.
Don't cover the seams either. Make sure you spray the bed liner right over the seams too.
Yeah, don't take the door handles,
Nothing. Just
trim,
Get everything.
mirrors, none. It's paint the grill,
paint
all
the
of it.
windshield.
Get your
Paint the
headlights.
black on the windshield wipers.
Yep. You say that like if my windshield wipers weren't old and shitty, I wouldn't take the wiper arms off and respray them matte black and put them back on.
I'll get the rims too with the Rust-Oleum. That fucking bed
I'm
liner.
gonna do some
Don't forget the rotors.
Jags or Summit 8-lug specials. You know, just the cheapest chrome-looking 8-lugs for a diesel truck you can buy, and I'm gonna throw those on there with some very cheap white letter tires. Cause work truck, I don't care.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What I've been looking at, what I really want, is the first gen Cummins Dodge, the big square one. Problem is, those are pretty rare, and people really like them, so they're like
Yeah.
expensive.
And they keep
Yeah.
it forever.
Yeah, but I'm not above buying a second gen Cummins Dodge, like the one, the red one the neighbor has parked in his yard,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then just body swapping it with the old body.
There
Because
you
you can
go.
do that. It's a Dodge. It's,
Oh, if you got a work
And fun.
truck, you can use red dye diesel too.
no.
Yeah.
That is for off-road use only.
Exactly.
That's agricultural diesel. The only difference is they put red dye in it.
Yeah, there is no difference.
it's-
It's just cheaper because
it's-
it's for off-road use.
There's diesel and there's diesel with red dye in it, and that's it. That's it. But I want to buy
Sure.
an old one, like a 12-valve Cummins, because there's no electronics on it.
Yeah.
What if I want to double the horsepower? 3/8 Allen head and wrench, and I unlock it, and I turn the fuel pump up 2 turns, and then I lock it down, and I've doubled my horsepower.
More fuel.
I went from 160 to 320. Here we go.
Easy day.
Jesus.
No, it's the torque that matters, not the horsepower.
Diesels make a shitload of torque.
Well, yeah, well, the red line's like 3,000 RPM.
Yeah.
It's too much higher than that. The crankshaft breaks in half. So.
It's rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll try and visit you February and then come visit you later that year and see how the shop is.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, I'll definitely. We'll have to get the Porsche up and running because,
Yeah.
like I told you yesterday, I'm giving my Miata to my nephew, so I'm gonna have the RX-7, and then the Porsche. And the RX-7 is great, but what's up?
I didn't know you had a Miata.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's on my the red one,
What
the
year?
red NA,
What year?
1989,
Okay.
or no, was it 1990? I think it was 90.
Best Buy is
One
still
of
Miata.
Pop-up headlights and everything.
Yep,
Awesome.
yep.
Pop
Power windows too.
Wow.
That's
loaded.
Wow.
yeah,
In 1990. Whew.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice.
And it also it even has the hardtop convertible, and
Awesome.
it's paint matched.
Does the
And it
hardtop
doesn't
leak?
leak.
I've heard.
Hardtop is
I've heard old.
does not leak.
Some of those old Miatas, those hardtops leak sometimes.
Well, some
Yep.
fucking rubber seals as old as the car. Yeah. Any car with
But-
rubber seals as old as the car are probably gonna leak. But you know.
Yeah, I mean, no, mine doesn't. I take it through the drive-through car wash and every time.
Nice.
Easy day. So the only thing really wrong with it is it was like 2 months ago. I was driving and some dickhead was transporting a bunch of boxes and the plastic wrap, and he didn't have them like wrapped down or anything. He just had it free in the back of his truck.
Yeah.
And then they all came loose and went all over the highway, and I ran over something. I was like, well, if I pull over, I'm not going to be able to get up to speed for the highway again because Miata's don't accelerate fast.
Right. Right.
Like, so I just went home, and by the time that happened, some plastic wrap had wrapped around the exhaust
Oh.
and melted.
Got
So
that
it's
smell.
on there, but like it's not doing any damage.
It'll come off.
We got it off. Yeah. So
The rest will burn off eventually.
Yeah.
And then
Miata
as I
0 to
showed,
60. Yes.
yeah. And then the rear bumper right below the trunk has a crack in it, but like yeah, it for a 34-year-old car. That's not.
Yeah, no, sounds like a nice little car.
Yeah, so it's good. It'll be good for my nephew because it doesn't go fast.
Not often. No. Although the plastic coming off the truck reminds me, I was driving in Bramerton the other day, and this big fucking septic truck decided, the whole left lane's going a good 15 mile an hour faster than the right lane, so I'm going to cut off this car, which was me. Hard as hell, so he whips it in the left lane, almost hits me. Alright, so I slow down so we don't die. And then a massive rock comes off the truck, bounces off the road, and comes right at the windshield. It was a big enough rock that I ducked. Like the rock was coming, I ducked. I was like, I don't know if this is going to go through or not. It didn't break the windshield, surprisingly, but it made a nice thud.
Windshields are
I ducked.
tough.
I saw the rock and I ducked out of the way. I was like, this might come through. There's no getting out of the way.
they're tempered and laminated. They are pretty tough.
I know they don't
But-
I know they won't shatter and come through. It was a big fucking rock. Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I was kind of pissed
Yeah.
too.
That kind of get better. So it's fun.
And he did it just to go the same speed as a car in the right lane that was in front of him.
Yep, that's about right. Par for the course.
It's like fucking Washington.
Bad driving has become too commonplace in America these days.
Yeah, well, it's because people got too complacent. We used to,
entirely.
like, people now know that if they get in an accident, like, probably, you'll get injured, but you're not going to die.
Yeah, if there was still an
Depends
inherent
on what
sense of
hits you.
danger to driving,
Yeah.
like, hey, as soon as I get into this death machine, myself, all the passengers, possibly everyone in another car, maybe even some pedestrians could all be killed if I fuck up. Like, maybe you take it more seriously, but I don't know.
It also doesn't help that we've made cars so luxurious, comfortable, that even if you're doing 80, you don't really realize it. So, like, any 16-year-old doing 80 just doesn't think about it.
Going 80 in newer cars feels like you're going 50 or 60. In an older car, it's like I don't no less road noise,
Yep.
smooth as hell. It's like Jesus.
Yeah, and that's where it gets really dangerous because you don't really think about how fast you're going.
Right.
So it's an unfortunate thing. So.
Yeah.
As many unfortunate things there are in America, but some fortunate stuff. Stalker 2 got a big ol' update.
Yeah, that was
I
huge.
played a little bit last night. It was pretty good. Pretty good.
What is in the update?
It was 110 gigabytes.
Whoa.
They fixed
Yeah.
Sounds like an add-on.
1,800 different bugs. Well, I haven't gone back to No Clip Out of Bounds and see if any of like the previously 60 or 70% finished areas are now more finished. So I don't know if they're gearing up for DLC as they patch bugs.
Right.
But yeah, I'll be doing that probably later. I'll
Hey,
UE tools _ ghost my way out there and see if all the neat stuff I found. 'Cause, like, really a lot of neat stuff I found that's outside the playable area, and I'm like, well, this is really cool, and obviously they put time and thought and effort into this. Why is it out of bounds? You know?
Yeah.
It's like there's a whole valley of like tunnels and like teleporting portals and stuff, and I'm like, this is all outside the playable area. I don't know when. That's why I'm going through the game again. I'm doing all of the storylines because what I'd previously thought was a cool out of bounds area in the Dark Valley was actually just part of the ward ending. Like all those bunkers I found with the buttons and everything, that's all just part of the ward ending. I was like, oh, okay. All right.
neat.
Yeah.
Different areas for different endings in the game. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, they
the
all
game's
make
already
the same
pretty
points.
massive.
I feel like it doesn't. You
The
don't see
game
that
is
in
massive.
games much anymore.
The map is massive. There's no loading screens.
Yes.
It's one
Besides-
big ass open world.
Yeah. Yeah, really, unless the only loading screen is, when you die,
Yeah.
and it loads you back in your previous state. Really about it.
Yeah. I mean, loading a save game, there's going to be a loading screen. You're literally loading. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to not have to load every time you open a door.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at games like Skyrim. Every time you walk in and out of a city, in and out of a shop, loading screen.
That game
back
is
and forth.
from 2009, though.
Yeah, they
2011.
there are mods to
That
make
said,
it completely open world. But,
Yeah.
Bethesda hasn't done any innovation in their games since then, so they're all still like that.
oh, they just
Yeah.
re-released. They just re-released Skyrim a good 10 times. People keep buying it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what we kind of did.
yeah. I think they've actually delisted just the original Skyrim from Steam.
Yeah, you can't
even
get
just
the
buy
original.
regular original Skyrim anymore.
No, the original didn't have the DLC attached to it.
No, it also didn't have paid Creation Club mods.
That's true.
Yeah, Bethesda loves their money. They hate their players.
Keep paying us.
Yeah. Yeah, they've released the game 5 times, excluding the VR and the Switch version.
That's too many.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
thought
it's way too many.
GTA was bad that there hasn't been a Grand Theft Auto in 12 years. Like, at least they didn't
Yeah.
re-release that game 5 subsequent times in that 12 years.
Yeah, that's the.
They do be
the-
updating online with a ton of stuff, like monthly.
And the problem is that if you buy subsequent editions, that they're slightly changed that your mods won't work. So the modders have to re-release their mods to work with
Yeah.
each edition.
Fucking Cyberpunk. Game's been out for, what, 3 years now?
Yeah.
Just got an update, a year and a half after the final DLC update, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, all that stuff you guys liked in your mods? We added a slightly worse version of all of it to the game now.
Yep.
Also, we broke all your mods. Like, oh, thanks a fucking lot, CDPR.
Yeah.
Hey, could you stop
Yeah.
making your game worse and breaking all my mods that fix your terrible game? I'd love it if you could do that. No, I do love Cyberpunk. I hate CD Projekt Red, but I do love Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I know. Like, a lot of the things that they added to the game for this latest update were, like, stuff that was already done by mods.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Bethesda does that.
Man, a
Like,
new
oh,
feature
people
we
love
can-
these
Yeah.
mods.
You
We're
can
just gonna
change
make
the
it part of
color
the
of your
game
car.
now.
Well, then you gotta pay for that.
Yeah.
Money grab.
CDPR just took things that modders did well,
Yeah.
made a worse version of it, and then updated the game, added it to the game for free, and then broke all of the mods.
Yeah.
Like it's the newest thing, the bullshit color change paint thing. I'm like, I already had a mod
Yeah.
that let me customize my cars, and
Yeah.
it worked way better than whatever you've just put in the game. I know it did.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I have a Cyberpunk tattoo, so I do love the game, but yeah, they are making some very questionable choices. Hopefully this is the last one. Like, literally even if you type it in, Cyberpunk 2077 updates, people are like, does this mean they still have gas for the thing, or does this mean that they're done? Like, people are like, okay, it's kind of been a while. Like, it's time to move on, man. Sorry.
Yeah,
This.
realistically, even that game should no longer be supported. It's in an engine they have abandoned.
Yeah.
It is IP they're going to at some point work on a second installment in.
Yeah.
But
Like, there's enough reasons that they shouldn't be really putting a lot of their effort in. They should be putting effort into whatever subsequent projects they have. Which
Just leave it at
I know their next project is Witcher 4.
they're getting a lot of hate for The Witcher 4. Already
Yeah,
getting
and-
a ton of hate.
And some of it is just neckbeards being neckbeards because people are really butthurt that Geralt isn't the main character and that it's about the chick, but they're like, oh, she's not pretty enough. Here, let me fix it for you. And then they make her like
They literally
look
I
like
saw
any
the meme.
Instagram.
They
They
gave her
make
a
her look like an
sex doll
Instagram kind
face.
of chick. Where there's no depth or anything on her face, it's just all blush, like, that blurred together.
Yeah.
It all looks like one color. It's like, So,
Like if the neckbeard's on Twitter redrawing, what's her name, Siri, the Microsoft assistant?
yeah.
Yeah. The neckbeards on Twitter redrawing Siri's face were actually 3D modelers. They'd have jobs in the gaming industry.
I think some of them just they want to go and like put their weird, fetish onto it.
A lot of that. Always
Yeah.
that.
So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, CVR has a lot of other things that they could be working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather they abandon the Witcher franchise altogether, mostly just because I hate The Witcher. And I would like them to only work on the next Cyberpunk game, and I would like them to actually make it more cyberpunk than the one that they made. Granted, I love the game, thought it was great, but just keep. Oh look, we added a bunch of Witcher shit as Easter eggs. Fuck you, I hate it. This has nothing to do with Cyberpunk.
I don't think I've ever sat down and enjoyed playing Witcher. I've tried it a couple times to get into it because a lot of people like it. It was like, it's crap. I don't like it.
I tried it.
Not for me.
I bought it
I-
the PS4 and I played it for like a couple days, and then I was like, I hate this, and I gave it to Johnson. I was like, do you want this? He's like, that's a great game. That's a huge, great game. I was like, yeah, I hate it. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played it for 10 hours.
It's a healthy chunk
Yeah.
of time.
That's a healthy go. That's a healthy.
And
game.
it just
Game doesn't
it-
hook you by 10 hours. That's a failed game.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, I feel overwhelmed, and that's a huge problem for a game. Is when I feel overwhelmed because like I'm obviously I played Witcher 3, so I'm trying to pick up the lore that I missed in the first two. I'm trying to understand all this lore. I'm trying to get into the character. They're throwing a ton of things at you. They're throwing card games and all that kind of stuff at you. I'm like, do I need to play the card game? Like, there's a lot of stuff I just don't understand. And
Right.
10 hours in, I'm like, I don't feel like I can connect with this character.
See,
Yeah.
it took you 10 hours to figure that out. I could have beat a PS2 game in half that time.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing because obviously the game is very, very big. But it's just, if I don't feel like I connect with the character after 10 hours, I don't think I'm going to want to keep spending even more, amount of time.
I feel like it's sort of like Assassin's Creed. I have a hard time getting into the new. I've tried some of the new ones, but I feel like I've missed so much. And the only old
You
one
haven't.
the only old one I've enjoyed playing is Black Flag. But everyone says that's like the ugly stepsister of the
There's-
Assassin's Creed worlds. I'm like, well,
There's been.
if I don't like Assassin's Creed, then
I'll
whatever.
have you know, I've watched several many hours long YouTube videos. But there's been no story progression since Black Flag.
Jeez,
So there's,
Yeah,
there's no.
because
You've missed
because
nothing.
joy.
because I think it was Black Flag. It was where Desmond dies. He ends up dying. And then they end up going to new characters, but every game seems to you play as a character, that assassin, but the Animus, has a real world kind of person. that
Right.
And every single one of them is usually different. So
Yeah.
there's no real progression through
There's no
that
continuity.
outside world.
I got it.
The only, really, the progression really died with Revelations, I think it was, where he was older Ezio.
Yeah. Old
And
man Ezio.
yeah, because it was Old Man Ezio, and then it kind of went back to Altair, and where he got banished and came back as an old man, and then took back over. So it had that kind of finale with Desmond also, figuring stuff out, and then killing people, and then dying. Yeah.
That's further
So
than
there
I
hasn't
made into the
been-
game. I just bombed around on a pirate ship and took on other ships.
Well, that was, I think, before 4.
Was it?
Yeah, Black Flag was. I don't know who the main character of Black Flag was in
Couldn't
real
tell you.
world. I know it was Everett Kenway, but I don't know who was the guy working at Abstergo. We'd never know. That was the whole one about the Sage and Juno and that shit, and that's also a storyline that's been abandoned. I have played
Yeah.
subsequent Assassin's Creeds with absolutely no relevance to the other games whatsoever, aside from the word
Yeah.
assassins.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing, is a lot of it doesn't really feel like they're really assassins.
That's what Ubisoft does. They take their beloved IP and then they ruin it. Like all
Yeah.
of the Far Cry games since
Yeah.
Far Cry 3.
Yeah, I tried
Yeah.
4. It just wasn't.
4's awful.
It was bad.
Yeah.
5 was okay.
I made it
6
further in
was
5
really bad.
than I did 4. I never touched 6.
6 was virtue signaling in your face the whole time.
The only thing I liked about 4 was that alternate ending you could get.
Oh
That
yeah,
it was really funny.
yeah. Which,
Essentially, it was.
by the way, Ubisoft was like, "Oh, players like this. Let's make sure we put it in every game after this and make it super
Yeah.
obvious so they don't miss it." Like, what?
Yeah.
You're learning the wrong lessons.
The fun part about alternate endings is finding out that there's an alternate ending. I didn't realize it, and then going back and
Yeah.
figuring out what gives you the alternate ending. Not
Yeah.
here's some obvious choice to make to get the alternate ending. Like that takes the fun out of it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
that
got
was the
an
whole thing.
achievement. You got a fun alternate achievement in Stalker the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to kill a guy, and I spent forever because I didn't realize how to kill him because the game doesn't tell you. And when I finally
Stalker
did
2
kill him,
communicates
it gives you the
objectively
choice.
badly.
It gives you the choice to you're hanging off an edge of basically like a
A tower.
yeah, and you can take this guy's hand and have him help you pull you up, or you can pull yourself up. And I was like, well, I've been trying to kill this guy for the last forever. Fuck it, let's see what happens if I give him my hand. And I go and give it, and he smiles, and then he immediately throws me off, and then you fucking die. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
drops you. You get a funny
Well-
achievement. and then you load and you gotta redo the boss fight.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But
it was-
no, it's
that was
worth it for
fun.
the achievement.
yeah.
Very
It
few
was
people
fun.
have the achievement.
Yeah, I think it was like 15% of people have it.
Yeah, I don't know if achievements are bugged or what, but I've got some achievements and it's like 0.2% of players have this, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. A lot of people have played this game where they're playing it very slowly. Like,
Yeah, goddamn. Well, I mean, some people will, yeah.
I'm not a speedrunner by any means, but I am on my 4th playthrough of the game, going for the 4th and hopefully final ending, and I've got a lot of achievements that people don't. But I'm still missing like 17 achievements.
I think a
You know
lot
how
of
fucking
people.
hard it's gonna be to shoot a grenade out of the air in that game?
Yeah, that one's.
I think a lot of people they'll get the game, play it once through the story, go okay, I beat the game, and then move on with their life, and they don't really come back and replay.
I can't
Guarantee
do
there's
that.
a lot of people that don't
Especially
realize that
when
there's
I
alternate endings.
really like a game. Like, so I've played through Cyberpunk 14 times.
And you played Red Dead Redemption 2 a lot too.
I've played through that 3 times. Because you can do it 2 different ways,
Right.
very obviously. And then
Yeah.
your first time playing through, you don't actually know what you're doing. So that's like the learn how to play the game playthrough.
What am I doing here?
But I mean, that's the thing is there are people like it will count.
I have a plan, Arthur. I
So
don't want
it'll
to hear
count
it,
achievements.
Dutch.
If you even launch the game, it'll count you as a player that didn't achieve that achievement. So
Oh, yeah.
even pulling up, so I pulled up Dark Souls. The highest achievement, like the achievement that most people have gotten, is light a bonfire. You light a bonfire 3 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
72% of people have achieved it. That means 30% of people haven't even done that.
It's true.
So,
They
yeah.
made it. They played it they launched it, turned it on, never came back to it, or just never.
Yeah.
I
Or,
hate
you know,
that I
they-
can't, like, cross-play merge my gaming like, I've owned many games on Steam that it will probably show that I have, like, never launched, but, like, I've 100% of those games on a PlayStation, and I wish that I could import that to Steam to show, like, hey, this guy's actually got, like, several hundred hours in every Yakuza game up until 6.
That's true.
He's 100% always. Do you remember?
Yes.
I was talking about this the other day. The 4 nights in a row after watch on deployment, a crowd of people would come into our room to watch me do a side activity in Yakuza 2. It was the Cabaret Club Grand Prix.
oh my god.
Yeah.
It was. I
Nothing
think
to do
I
with
think I
Yakuza
watched it
whatsoever.
4 nights in a row.
You were there.
I'm pretty sure I
All
watched it
4
every
nights.
single night because it was just fun to watch.
I made popcorn. Everyone was watching. We were making jokes about it.
I mean, Wooly would come in sometimes.
Wooly would come in.
In
Yeah,
her underwear.
everybody, Heath was always there. He's like, I'm fascinated by this game. I'm like, this isn't even the game. This is a side activity I've just been spending 4 days on because it takes 4 days to beat a side activity in Yakuza.
I just
Yeah.
enjoyed watching you walk around the streets, grab a bicycle, and smash somebody in the fucking head with it.
Yep, that's a Kabukicho, some real shit. They would
It's like,
use the bike in
alright.
street fights. Fucked up with a bike. No, I loved the Yakuza games right up until they were like, we're gonna make it a JRPG, and I was like, it's a beat 'em up. I'm like, nope, JRPG now. I'm like, because the games needed to be 4 times as long.
What
Come
do they
on,
even?
man.
How do they change it? What
It's
changes
turn-based combat now, like Final Fantasy.
Oh, gross!
I know. I don't want
What
to play
in
that
the
shit.
world?
I hate the new pro tag. I know because there's a lot of, I'm gonna call them what they are, casual fans from the West who had never played a Yakuza game until they saw trailers for the new one that's a turn-based JRPG.
Oh, probably.
They don't know anything about the Yakuza history, so they're like, "Oh, this game's great. This game's awesome now."
Not if you knew where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to kind of.
Yet again,
Break
I
people
was
off.
into it before it was cool, and now that it's cool, I hate it.
Which it looks like you'll. I don't know. The way the pirate Yakuza gameplay looks, it definitely isn't turn based. I just don't know if it's the way that it was.
I don't know. That one looked neat to me. The one in Hawaii looked neat to me, but then as soon as I saw, the guy from the new ones, I was like, oh, I don't want to play this shit. And then,
So
but the pirate one with Majima looks dope. My boy Majima, who's canonically was dead and is no longer dead.
yeah, I sent you a gameplay thing.
Well,
From
check that
Sega,
out.
so it's not. It's very short. It's a minute and a half, but yeah, that. So it looks like it's going back into like the old style more.
Yep, that's beat 'em up. Well, I might play this one. Now, are they modern day pirates? Yeah, there's cars and stuff.
Ye-
Okay.
Yeah. Which I don't really understand how, because like they do have stuff with ships and stuff, so I don't know.
Listen,
I don't
dog,
It's Yakuza
there was
6.
a Yamato 2 super battleship in Yakuza 6. There's no explaining things that happen in the Yakuza universe. Pirate Majima.
so, yeah, we'll see.
I love
The thing is,
Japan's
I don't-
wonderful warped view of the world.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
Well, that looks neat. I might play that.
have to see if there's any cool special editions for it.
I've got a backlog of games I gotta get through though, man. Like, I still haven't even bought Armored Core. I still never installed RoboCop, which
RoboCop was good.
RoboCop's good, but also it's got a New Game Plus. And what
Yeah.
I'd like to do is run through New Game Plus a couple of times and make the most ridiculously OP RoboCop imaginable. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's just it is a lot of repetitive stuff, but that's
Yeah.
also the like how the developer kind of they can only do so much. Even the Terminator game was a lot like that. Like,
Well, yeah, but I appreciate what they're doing because it is new
Yeah.
and modern and very good, but it also captures the feel and look of the original medium very well, and I enjoy that. I like that.
yeah. Oh shit! They have a collector's edition for this Yakuza pirate game. Has a pirate, a Majima pirate flag, a Majima treasure coin. Neat. Yeah, not as cool as I was hoping, also. But
I don't really go into physical special editions.
I did.
Well, for Stalker,
for-
yeah, I mean that's worth it.
Yeah, I mean that's not coming out till sometime next year.
I've seen
I know the
people
game.
actually unboxing them already.
Mhm. Yeah, some people got lucky, and I don't know, probably influencers and stuff.
Yeah.
I would assume, but yeah, so that'll come out next year.
Yeah.
But
Well, there hasn't been a
that-
game I've been super just enthralled by to want to pony up for like a physical special edition and little knickknacks and shit. And it's like, oh, it comes with a figure. It's like, dude, I can go on eBay and buy the figure for $25. Like, I don't spend
sometimes,
sometimes,
like
yeah.
some of them are fucking stupid expensive.
I mean, with laser scanning and 3D printing, though, like nothing's exclusive anymore.
No, absolutely not. I
I
mean,
feel like if you want
you
to do
can-
something cool with a physical special edition, you leave it sealed and then bring it up 30
Yeah.
years later. People are gonna go nuts over it.
Well,
The
that's-
oh
nostalgia.
yeah,
I will say my mindset towards this has betrayed me before. Historically, this is a long time ago. This might even be before your video gaming time, but Grand Theft Auto 3 had a special edition, and it came with Claude Speed, the main character of Grand Theft Auto 3, the mute guy in the leather jacket. Get a little figure, like a little G.I. Joe guy, little outfit, and they have like weapons and stuff, and different hands to hold them and stuff. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna buy that, and I'll be able to get it later on eBay or
Right.
whatever. And then years later, I saw it still listed, just the action figure with all the stuff for sale on like the Rockstar Games website for like $100, and I was like, I'm not gonna pay $100 for that. Come on, man, that's ridiculous. And now, if you look on eBay, they're like $3,000
Jesus.
for a fucking Claude G.I. Joe.
All for buying a special edition game.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
something I just refuse to do. But nah, whatever.
But not every special edition game that comes with figures are gonna do that either.
True.
If it's a franchise that no one
He
cares
is
about, then
my
it's
favorite
worth
Grand
nothing.
Theft Auto protagonist, and perhaps also the most psychotic.
yeah. Really, some of them don't get too really expensive. Let's see. See if there's any Xbox 360 edition games. Yeah, so Killer is Dead. I've never even heard of it, but $50 for a factory sealed one. Even the Fallout 3 Xbox 360 lunchbox and bobblehead
Eh,
is new, but was $100. Like that's not that much more expensive than it
Yeah,
would
but
have been.
that's-
It probably would have been about 80.
that's Bethesda. That's and because it's Bethesda, something like that is never going to be produced in like a limited quantity. As long as people want to buy it, they'll keep fucking
Yeah.
making them and shilling them.
Yeah,
Every goddamn
Oh.
GameStop in America has like 2 or 3 of the big stupid plastic mini nukes from the Fallout 4 thing sitting on their shelf behind the counter.
yeah. It's. I mean,
I don't remember the last time.
that also might be like a thing though that eventually they don't have them anymore. Like people start throwing them out. And it was the same with like Guitar Hero controllers because
Yeah.
everyone once Guitar Hero really died, everyone was trading them in. I remember I tried to trade mine in, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't give you any money for it, but there's a dumpster over there."
Huh.
And I did that, and I threw them out. And now I'm looking for them. I'm like,
Can't
"Oh,
find
fuck,
them
they're
anymore,
really-
can you?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Right.
They're really expensive because
Limited.
everybody threw them out.
Yep. They don't make them no more. Nothing.
Like, yeah, 80, 130, 100, yeah, like dollars just for controllers.
A controller that used to come with the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, but that's, yeah.
and
it's-
everyone had 2, so if you kept 2 or 3 of those laying around, because you couldn't play Guitar Hero alone, you had to play with friends sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
So it's ridiculous. Like, yeah. I know I have 2, and I brought them with me to Japan because I was like, fuck, I don't want to fucking sell them and never be able to find them again.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you enjoy the game, I wouldn't sell them at this point.
Yeah.
There's.
And
I just remember there's 2 of them for sale at like the salvage store on Orcas Island.
oh shit.
It's called the Exchange. Now we were walking around there looking for something and got Gray's friend this big reel-to-reel audio thing because he makes a very vintage style of music and actually records it in a vintage way. So we got him that. He knows how to fix it and shit because I don't know if it works. It's big 70s reel-to-reel recorder. And we were looking at all the electronics and I was like, oh fuck, there's like 3 Guitar Hero controllers down here. Oh, the big black X, K, flying K, I don't know. But yeah, I was like, huh, those are a bitch to find when we were looking for them.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I fucking spent forever looking for them. And I think I had to go to like some very like weird vintage.
You and I went to like a vintage gaming shop in Bellingham.
That'll
Yeah.
make
In
you
the
feel
mini,
old.
and we found them.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like some shit like that, possible to find. What was that? Was it Armored Core that had those controllers?
Steel Battalion.
Oh, Steel Battalion, that's what it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I understand that controller and how simply enough it was made. I could probably make my own.
Yeah, they're $600.
And that's an absolute unit of a controller.
Oh, it absolutely
Share your
is.
screen. Let Miller see the Steel Battalion controller. You think a racing sim's, involved?
I want a racing sim.
I'm gonna have one in my shop left.
I wanna.
Got the PC.
I wanna
for it.
hop on the F1 game and go
You don't
zoom
wanna-
around
You
F1
don't
track.
play that game.
I
in
do.
Sim.
I
No.
do.
No, if you want it to be even reasonably realistic, you
Yeah,
want to do
here,
like
I'll send you the
Corsa,
link.
Assetto Corsa.
I'd probably try those too.
Oh, I have those.
So that's a complete in-box as well. And look how expensive that is. That is over $1,000 because it comes with the box.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
that's the Steel Battalion controller.
that's crazy.
Yeah, if you look at the right joystick, to the right of the right joystick, it's a literal flip-up button. You flip it up the plastic, and then you hit it, and there's an ejecto button, and you eject in
Yeah.
the game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's made of metal, too. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Back when they made things correctly.
It's
Yeah.
built like you would militarize like
Built like a Steel
Seneca.
Battalion
It comes with
should
the
be built.
game and everything.
That's
There
awesome.
it is, like all set up. and shit.
$1,150.
Well, it
Yeah.
comes with everything you need, Miller.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, Miller, also, like, I found one right here. $700, but it's missing the foot pedals. It's not even the box or anything. That's
Just the set
the top
without
three.
the foot pedals.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
without even the foot pedals. Like, yeah, it's a lot of money. They're really hard to find.
Yeah.
And if you do find them, they're stupid.
Well, they didn't make a lot of them. You could play the game without it.
But it
They
wasn't
were
nearly as cool.
expensive back in the day, so they probably didn't sell a lot of them. So there's how many left?
God, I have no idea.
Yeah, but very cool thing. Yeah, the golden age of gaming.
For real.
It's over, for sure.
Yeah. They believe there was somewhere in the ballpark of 500,000.
That's quite a few.
Yeah, but when you think of, like,
Yeah,
how long ago that was on the original Xbox.
yeah.
was long. So yeah, like some limited editions, yeah, they don't really go up in value. Some do. Some games get expensive just because that was a one-time thing, like the Man game.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that for sale a few places around here, and they always want like $80 to $100 for it. It's like it's more of a gimmick kind of game.
Yeah, I could emulate that for free.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
I
game
love
that you buy
emulators.
just so you can put it in your collection.
Yeah.
Not because you actually want to play it, and that's the same with a lot of like collector's editions, limited editions. It's like, you have it just to have it.
This is cool stuff to sit on a shelf in the background of my YouTube videos.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which I'm one to talk. I mean, there's a sword and some race cars and Gundams back there. There's even more race
Yeah.
cars you can't see because I'm on a couch.
Yeah,
Payday
and I'm one to
Max.
talk because I have a Lego plane and a Lego boat.
Yeah, it's cool stuff to have in background, but also just like, that's where it is in my room.
Yeah, that's until
Anyone- Anyone who's
probably
not aware,
move
my
out.
computer is just set up on my coffee table because this is where I spend all my time.
I think this asshole took my daughter's scooter. He did.
What's up?
Oh, Esther's ex showed up to grab the kids' skateboards and helmets.
Why?
'Cause he's too cheap to get anything for them.
Mm,
They have a job?
Shitty one.
Gross. But yeah, I am finding a lot of really neat things though on eBay. I'm like,
You do be finding
That's-
neat shit on auction sites. I remember you should have bought the Aliens pulse rifle.
yeah, that was one cool thing. I think this is I want this, but there's absolutely no reason for me to buy this.
Just share your screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One sec. Okay. Go on. There. Okay.
My bad. That's pretty cool.
And it even comes with the box, and I'm like, hot damn, I don't know what I would do with that, but it's fucking sweet.
Display it on a mannequin head.
Yeah, like that's
like they're
that's really,
doing?
yeah.
I don't
Like,
think I'd pay $3,500 for that, but that's cool.
No, but it's definitely like, because like I saw that, you see that one, the high altitude helmet,
Yeah.
like all kinds of just weird shit. It's like yeah,
Well, that's like gas masks and stuff that get sold to like military memorabilia collectors and shit, and it's like
Yeah.
this is a $3,500 titanium helmet. It's like,
Yeah.
what
There
is
you go. There you go.
anyone
25
ever going to do with
20
this?
2,500.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I'm not going to any riots, where I would need to wear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like, that'd be one way to out macho the police is you show up in a fucking full gear like that.
Yeah. Show up in the 800-pound gorilla outfit.
Your
No.
taser means nothing to me, little man.
Your own grenade launcher full of tear gas grenades. Tear
God
gas and the
damn.
cops.
Which we talked about that yesterday. That it's not considered a war crime because it's
They're not enemy
against enemy
combatants.
combatants.
Geneva Convention only applies to warring nations.
Yep. That's why you do tear gas against civilians, but you can't do it against enemy soldiers.
That's why I use damn CS gas on the fucking Waco cult.
Yeah, all kinds of fucked up. But
Yeah.
how it be?
It is how it be, unfortunately.
But yeah, I got the vintage plates on the RX-7. Went to a car show today. That was
Good.
pretty cool. I sent some pictures.
It's good you're getting it out driving it.
Yeah, that was really the big thing was I want to try and get it out like at least once a week just to get fluids moving through it, get it up
Yeah.
to temp.
Stretch her legs
all
on
that.
these nice American
Yeah.
roads.
So you can actually stretch
Yeah.
them a little bit here.
Yeah, I can get her pretty close to the top of the speedo really without trying.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
In Mexico.
Wait, what is the top of the speedo on an RX-7?
It's in kilometers.
Uh,
I mean, I know
know.
it's in kilometers. Just curious.
The fuck is a
180.
kilometer?
We don't use freedom units here.
I don't know what a kilometer is. It's
How many
180.
football fields is that?
Sorry, how many bald eagle lengths are we talking?
That's 111 is in miles.
Oh, I got
Alright.
you.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, it's definitely high enough. I eventually want to swap to a 300 just because I can.
Cool factor.
But yeah, got her out. Saw a 930 turbo. Saw what else did I saw? A Corrado that got turned into a Ute. Really weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. Saw a C. There's been a C2 that had the pop-up headlight conversion where they're fixed, so it's like that race car kind of thing.
That's cool.
There was a few other weird things, but I only really took pictures of the C2 and the 930.
Yeah. Are you doing anything else to the RX-7, or are you just gonna let it set for a while? Just gonna let it be?
Right now, probably let it sit just because there's not a lot of great shops,
No.
and I eventually want to obviously get the rust dealt with. I want to take out the head unit that's in there because it's aftermarket, and just really make it more OEM looking.
I got you.
Once you get out
But-
here with me, you will always have a good shop.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I don't want to buy all this stuff and then have to pay someone a lot of money to do it.
Right.
Like,
Will they do it well? Will they fuck up your parts? Will they,
yeah, I
And
don't.
If they fuck it up, are they gonna be willing to redo it?
Yeah,
Like that.
so there's a lot of more
That's what
rules.
would worry me if I had a car
Yeah.
like that.
Usually not. And unfortunately, because you are in a military area, there are a lot of shops there who are used to dealing with people in the military and taking
Yeah.
advantage of them.
Yeah,
So
so that's
that's
there's a lot of risks. That's why, like, even when I took it in to get worked on, basically have it like health checkup done on it.
Yeah.
I took it to the Vargas brothers because they're well-known rotary tuners.
I'm glad that you
And
found a good, well-known rotary tuning shop.
Yeah.
It's weird that it took you coming to America to find that when you couldn't find that in Japan.
So the main problem with Japan was that I was in Okinawa.
Yeah.
Kind
I know I could have found a few on mainland, but the problem is that to get it to mainland would have cost me an arm and a leg. So, yeah, it was an unfortunate thing, but
Get some-
definitely better now.
Paperwork shit.
RX-7 will be good. I'll probably have that shipped over to the warehouse the next year. Once I kind of get more information. I mean, obviously right now I'm kind of in a rehab situation
Mm-hmm.
for alcohol. And then after that,
Yeah,
it's
once,
really just
once you're
good
out
until...
free, come on over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll find a place for you. I can't
Yeah, I
guarantee
submitted-
inside storage for your vehicles, but I can guarantee pavement and a carport. So
Yeah. And I mean, for most of them, that's really all it needs. The RX-7 I would probably want to do inside just to keep a lot of that older kind of plastic from getting any worse.
yeah,
Just because until I can get it all dealt with.
we'd be out of the sun.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, yeah, it's more of a next year thing. Like I said, I have no idea when I'm even getting out because I did all my VA claims. Now we're just waiting for the doctors to get back, but
Yeah.
no idea when that's going to be. So you'll,
Well,
yeah,
whenever you're out,
Uh,
I'll be here.
Are you getting
yeah.
is it gonna be a med board or are they? Or you just,
yeah,
Okay.
I'm getting med boarded.
Nice.
That's why they're.
Yeah.
So they're kind of reviewing my case. They're gonna review my claims and all that kind of stuff, and then
Well, the med
the
board
VA.
should review your VA claims.
Yeah, they're
Medical
separate,
ones.
but they're getting done at the same time. They're being processed at the same time.
Yes, and it's if anything, it to me indicates that it'll be sooner rather than later because they've already filed all your VA claims, so everything will be ready
Mhm.
by the date of your discharge. Which,
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't start doing that with me until it was like I've got a month left till I'm out,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, yeah, BDD
Sounds-
program."
Sounds like some Whidbey Island shit. It sounds like.
No. I mean the VA.
Oh.
There's
really?
they can only do it.
Oh.
They like
They can't do it.
you can't do
earlier?
all your VA claims a year before you get out. That's
Hey, yeah, but you feel like they could start more than a month before you get out. Like once you start processing out, you'd think they'd be able to.
Well, I was on a rush schedule with the BDD program, benefits at date of discharge, so they pushed all my shit through real fast. That way I would start
Got it.
getting paid the day I got out.
Nice.
And I didn't. It took a month, but then they back paid me.
Okay.
And so I got a
yeah,
big
and that's
check,
that's
and
essentially what's gonna happen with me as well.
then- yeah.
Is that because when you do a med board, you have a choice to either work with an attorney and do the VA claims while you're still in, and that makes it so you stay in longer, but then when you get out, you get paid right away. Or you can process your claims after you get out, and you'll expedite getting out, but then obviously you're gonna have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
So most people do the first option, which is what I'm doing, because I'd rather stay in and still get paid to really just kind of go to medical appointments and all that.
Yeah. Keep getting those paychecks. Keep throwing them in the investment portfolio.
Yep. So, pay off a little bit of the debt I accumulated from my Germany trip and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yep. That'll be all good. Good?
No, my wrist
Wrist?
fucking throbbing right now.
It's weird that you have carpal tunnel because you got like fat, durable wrists.
I
And,
don't.
Like,
I wish I
I've
could.
got like little wrists.
I wish I could explain it because this isn't. It's not like it just
Just
started
between
happening.
the bones.
Hey, it's under here. It's in here
Yeah.
somewhere.
That's carpal tunnel.
Like I like once I start using my wrist, my whole wrist is like nope.
You can start sleeping with wrist braces on, and that
I'm
will
gonna start.
actually help.
I gotta go to medical first and get it documented. It's just.
Yeah.
I mean, what maybe in the
Absolutely do
last
that first.
the last week or two, it's been a real problem.
Mm.
But I haven't noticed it before, so it feels kind of sudden.
For anyone out there still in the military, I can't express enough how much getting out of the military alleviates a lot of your symptoms right away.
Yeah.
I'm 3-4 years out now, and man, I've still got a lot of things wrong with me, but I feel pretty great all the time.
Yeah, and that's the
I
main
love
thing,
I love
feeling-
not being in the
feeling.
military anymore. It's good.
Yeah, so yeah, it'll definitely be good for a lot of us to get out,
Oh yeah.
alleviate some, hopefully make things a lot less stressful.
The current struggle that I'm looking at is my shore duty's coming up, and I really want to stay in Washington. I don't know if I'll be able to.
You can absolutely be one of those people who bounces watch Florida Seahawks for
They're-
the rest of your career.
They've actually changed. They're changing advancement in the Navy. A lot of their advancements are pushing down to lower ranks as billet-based advancement.
Oh yeah, I remember reading about
So, the only way you actually put on the like Chiefs can be a little bit different. You get frocked, but the only way you actually start getting paid is by taking a billet and going to your next duty station. Pretty much to force people to move around.
that, which is so stupid because that's such a waste of the military's money.
It's weird. And
Spend your
on
whole
one
career
hand,
specializing and being really good at this one thing. Fuck
And-
that. We're putting you on
yeah.
a destroyer.
because it takes people like like our community. It's like you kind of want people that know what they're doing. You don't want to keep sending new people there because training new people sucks.
Oh, it takes
That's
forever
a pain in
too.
the ass, and it takes a while for them to get it. Like, you want to keep the knowledge in the community, and now the Navy's just trying to send everyone everywhere, spread out, be more well-rounded. It's like that's great, but sometimes I think our community is kind of niche, and they kind of needs that knowledge and not to be
Yeah.
tossed around.
We're gonna lose the next war.
Maybe,
I'm glad I'm not gonna be in it.
maybe. I guess if I go out to sea and you never come back, you know that I lost. It's,
Jesus.
I don't think it'll be that soon.
maybe they were. I know for a while there was whispers, and their military was looking at 2027.
Well, yeah, that's what everybody's saying
But
for when China's going to invade Taiwan.
Hoping
Public knowledge.
that a certain man going in the presidency who's a little crazy makes the rest of the world go, maybe we don't want to push the button right now.
No.
Maybe it'll slow things down.
Daddy Elon?
It's the opposite effect. No one respects him. You know that, right?
No one respects Biden either, to be fair.
Respect the people in his cabinet, because they're at least career politicians. I mean, Trump's cabinet is a meme.
Yeah, yeah.
And you mean President Elon Musk?
President
Elon.
Musk.
Have you
I've
seen
seen that.
his very public and very unhinged meltdown on Twitter about
Yeah.
about the visas?
Laura
He's like,
Loomer.
wait, what do you mean you're going to start deporting visa holders? That's like half my company. It's like, yeah, well. It all goes back to, I didn't know the cheetahs would eat me. I thought the man-eating cheetahs would only eat the bad people. I didn't know they'd eat me too. Like, well, you can't trust politicians ever.
No.
Well,
No.
people are dumb.
CEOs, a lot of them.
Yeah, I need more Luigi's.
We need a nice, classic revolution. That's what we need.
We need more Luigi's
And they-
mansions.
Facts.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Class warfare and
Oh.
the revolution to come.
Yeah, I mean, if you end up staying there, Miller, there's a chance I might end up working over there too.
If I get out, I'll try to take a job over there just so I
What are
can
they called
stay in
now?
Washington.
They're called SOTs or SMETs or
Smets. Yeah.
SMETs? Smetdirks.
Because yeah,
Let's call him by the first
had,
name.
I had Ronnie, I had Northup, and I had Sean all look at it, and they're like, "Yep, all good." And then Northup's like, "I'll submit it for you."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Just gotta wait for the openings to happen and pop right in.
yeah, but I
Honestly,
mean that's the thing is I have time, so
Mm-hmm.
it's like even if there's not an opening, it's like okay, well maybe there'll be an
There
opening.
is.
You know, keep me in mind.
Yep.
I know there'll be an opening eventually.
I
over
think in
there.
a couple of months they might advertise. They might advertise another one.
Because yeah, they just closed their. They had one open and they closed it the middle of December.
Yep.
And then I talked to Sean and they said they hired two
Mhm.
of 3 positions.
What are they?
But-
What's one of them? One of the dudes they hired used to work there, And it wasn't
Oh,
even
okay.
like that great. He was like, I was like, oh, you're a Smet now. I just kind of chuckled. I'm like, so I could be a super Smet. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, I showed.
What's his name?
Triana?
Never heard of him.
Triana, a newer guy after your time.
But yeah, that's the thing is like, I managed to watch team and all that kind of stuff. Like
Mhm.
I have a lot of experience, so I put down all the stuff from my evals that
Oh, yeah.
I could unclassify.
Yep.
And I put that all in there, and that's why I was like, here, I'm gonna send it to 3 people that I know actually do their job, and they're like, yep, looks good.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
I feel like if and when, or probably when I get out of the military, if one of those spots opens up, it won't be a problem with my evaluations and the time spent in the community.
You gotta stop being like me if you're intending to stay in. You're very quickly making a lot of enemies.
I know. I did. And I've made a lot of enemies, and they hate me. But you know what?
I burned
I
my wick all the way down.
thrive
I had
on
to get
that.
out.
Now, I watched them waste all their energy hating me and trying to stop me from growing, and then watch the rest of CEOPS do dumb shit around me and have me not be part of the problem. Watch them go,
Bro,
how did
oh
that
my
happen?
god. Dude, that would be hilarious if I do go back there, they're gonna be like, this fucking guy!
Warrant McCullough will lose his shit. He
I'll
will
be like, yo, I
lose
got
it.
another Viper!
You should walk up to him like, hey, Warrant, just so you know, I'm buying a Viper tomorrow. Just look him dead in the eyes and walk away.
If you do go back there and there's ever a casual Friday, I'm gonna get you a T-shirt with the picture of me and all my awards on it, so you can wear it to work.
Oh my gosh, they would lose it. Actually, the
What's the
Smets
name?
might
Who's
find
that?
it funny.
It's the greatest sonar tech who ever lived. That's who it is.
The Smets might find it funny.
Yeah.
Like Steve
I mean, I
Eisner would
know-
probably chuckle, be like, "Is that McNeil?"
I'll
Dude,
fucking
what's
put,
that true
put
now?
your employee of the month photo on a t-shirt.
That's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we had 22 masked cases at our command this year, and
Oh, wow.
19 of them were N5.
Jesus.
And I kind of just sit there and wonder, at what point do they look at
I
the
forgot
departmental
what-
leadership and go,
What's in 5?
"Where's the
again?
problem?" CEOPS.
Ah,
We watched 4, possibly 5 people. Either they got kicked out for drugs.
God
One
damn.
of which was told at Captain's Mast that she was lucky that he didn't have her prosecuted at court-martial for distributing a controlled substance because she was giving people shrooms and shit.
that's more paperwork than he knows how to do.
They were pretty livid. They were pretty livid about it. And then they name dropped like, "Oh, we did it at so-and-so's house." And I'm like, man, now this person might be screwed and they weren't even aware that you were doing shit like that. Like, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
You just fucked all these people, like,
Oh, yeah.
bruh.
And the reason anyone ever found out about the shrooms is because people can't keep their fucking mouths shut.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like, that's what it came down to. The only
Well,
reason
these
it
shrooms
came
aren't
out.
even that bad.
No, it's not. But
They're
there is a
medical.
zero tolerance policy, right? And when you're talking about
Yeah.
doing things that are against policy,
They gotta prove
and
they
the
did it.
chief hears you, what the fuck did you expect to happen?
Yeah,
Like-
that's the thing. Is
Dumbass.
don't talk about it at work.
Don't talk about it at all. Fuck. Yeah,
I mean,
so it's
I'll be
just,
fair. We talk about a lot of dumb shit, but
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
now
Never
it's
at
out
work.
of work, though.
Now, I'm out. Can't do shit to me.
Yeah.
Oh, man, dude.
That just
Yeah.
it was a wild situation, and I just wonder at what point they're gonna say, "Hey, is the department leadership the problem?" And not that I think they necessarily are a problem. I just don't know that they're gonna be part of the solution. And you have
Yeah,
nine-
that's the thing is if they don't breed
you're
the
looking
right
at
climate,
80 plus, more than 80% of the mass cases were in our department. At what point do they say, how high does this problem go? 'Cause I tell you, some of the problem is higher.
oh yeah,
Just
yeah,
they refuse to look at it. It's like, all right, guys. You know,
yeah.
just got a
it's-
senior chief, probably fraternizing with junior sailors and gossiping with them like it's fucking high school. But yeah, that's not a problem. No.
nah,
Yeah,
dude.
second and third classes finding shit out before the rest of the chiefs find shit out. It's like, all right, kind of a bad look.
Yeah, that's why I refuse to go back there. And like like at my rehab, we do like a therapy kind of thing, and
Mm.
we talk about shit. And I've talked about like a few of the things that have happened,
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I see why you don't want to go back." It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was literally like my life every day. I
Yeah.
will not go back. You will see me in a very bad spot.
If I didn't have a family, I probably would have ended my S-dip early and taken off to somewhere else.
Yeah.
To be honest, but I didn't. I have a family, so kind of SOL.
Yeah, it's a unfortunate thing.
I'm hoping I can go to the watch floor. If that fails, hopefully I can go TTF. If that fails, hopefully I can. I don't know. After that,
After
that, I'm kind of in a weird spot. Like if I go to Virginia, I can take most of my family with me, but
Don't
I can't take her with me legally.
don't go to Virginia.
Yeah,
I mean, it's that or overseas in Japan.
we
And
can go down. You can be an instructor down in California.
San Diego.
Yeah,
It's
It's a
yeah,
couple-hour flight.
it's not terrible, but I mean, I look at that as a.
it's not great.
Like
Don't get me wrong.
everyone in the Navy STG wants to go back to A school to be an instructor.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the
that's
problem is they're going to look at me and they're going to compare it to people that have been on warships. They're going to go, well, this guy has his E-SQUAS. This guy has all his warfares. This guy has all these things, and this guy has that. Like I don't
it's a
I don't
difficult-
stack up
it's a
very
difficult
well
thing.
against fleet sailors because of our community.
You always go to the fleet. Tanner's trying it.
Yeah, he tried to come back to
that's
SEOPS
a-
first.
Mike's doing it, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in San Diego right now.
I think Mike's gonna like the fleet. I think Tanner's gonna hate it.
Yeah. I
Right.
think because Mike never really liked the Certas community.
I think Mike would
ISS
do
community.
well in the fleet. Just seeing the way he handles conflict.
Yeah.
Like we had a mission where he got real fucking heated with me one day, and he could tell. I was like, our LPO was like, I'll give you guys 2 minutes. There's very much the desire to just kick each other's asses for 2 minutes and move on with our lives.
Yeah.
Worked out A-okay, right? It's like, you do okay in the fleet.
Yeah, I see Lee doing well. I don't think Tanner will do particularly well.
I think I do okay in the fleet. I just don't. I guess the
don't
other
wanna
the
go
other
back
option I
to
was looking
family.
at is maybe a warship in Everett. If I can't stay right here in Washington, warship in Everett.
Oh, you mean
doesn't
back to
sound
back
terrible.
C?
I've already technically done back to back C. I don't know if they'd let me. My SDIP was a second. I mean, I've done 8 years on sea duty coming up here in
I
2026.
think
Keep
they would
doing it.
probably let you go back to back C
Yeah.
again.
Sometimes they force people to go to ashore duty, and I also would like to try for ashore duty in Washington.
Oh yeah, no,
On
absolutely.
the
That's-
island before I say,
I don't blame
okay,
you.
send me to a warship in Everett. 'Cause I don't know that I think I would do okay in a warship. I don't think I'd enjoy it though.
Even like a just for your pay grade, like an administrative role at like a squadron or something on the base.
I mean, yeah, if it's open,
Yeah,
they're not.
I mean, anything.
It's hard.
It's something outside the community. Probably be an eye-opening and wonderful experience.
Yeah, something a
Or-
different environment.
Get out, get disability, get a job
I will.
with no bullshit.
I will entertain. I want to get out. Problem is Esther's getting out, and I need to make sure that we have an income while she's getting on her feet.
It doesn't take that long.
No, she's going. She's everything that she's doing it the right way. She
Getting
goes
out.
to medical for everything.
Getting out,
Everything's going to be
getting
documented.
disability, and getting a job.
And she's looking at BAH.
Getting out, getting disability.
She's trying to go to school. for
And going to
BAH.
school?
Yeah, like that's kind of what we're looking at. And I just want to make sure that is all. I want to know how much disability she's going to have, how much money she brings in, so that way if I get out and worst case scenario happens, I get hardly anything from the VA. It's kind of one of those things where we're able to continue to pay our mortgage with her income at least.
Yeah, that's fine.
I got.
What
I'm
is
not
your
renting, so I can't just.
What is your mortgage?
Oh, a lot.
Is it more than my rent?
Yeah.
My rent's $2,100 a month.
Oh yeah. I'd go ahead and add 13 to that.
Wow, you got fucked on that mortgage.
That was, honest to God, cheaper than houses we're going in Washington. That area is just so bad at the market.
You got the terms, man. Wait a
It-
year, refinance that fucker.
I'm waiting. Well,
Yeah.
if the rates drop, I'll refinance.
Yeah.
But I mean, I kind of got in at an okay time with the rates. They
Well,
kind
even
of
if the
stagnated.
rates don't drop, if you could take a longer term with a lower,
Yeah,
monthly.
lower monthly payment.
yeah.
If I refinance, it'll be for the rates to drop. Like if I see interest rates go down, I will happily refinance and and take a lower interest rate, because lower interest rate will also give me a
Stop doing shit like buying a new car every year.
paid off, buddy.
Hell yeah, let's go. You're gonna get that new 2025 Tesla.
I did. Technically, it is a 25. That's technically the model year is a 25.
What did you get?
Model 3 long range rear wheel drive.
At least it's rear wheel drive.
I live in Oak Harbor, Washington. I don't need all wheel drive.
Yeah.
And if I go over the passes, I put chains on it if I really, really need it, which I don't think I will, but they'll require it before I think I need them. But I go over the passes. I've been here since 2018. Been here for 6 years now, and I've gone over the passes once, and that was this month.
I've done it twice, but I've got a Raptor. I don't worry about
Right.
it. I don't never worry about road conditions.
No. Well, we were on our way back, and we were going through Snoqualmie Pass, and in the opposite lane, heading out of Washington, there's a semi-truck had jackknifed, and they shut down the pass for miles.
Yeah. Dude, I saw the photos of that shit. That was, like, I feel sick. Like, that truck driver shit his pants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we drove past it, and going back into Washington, I looked at Esther, and I'm like, good thing we're coming home now. It's like, that would have sucked to get stuck in. It would have sucked to say, hey, we're coming to Colorado, we're on our way. Oh, sorry, can't make it, the pass is shut down.
Yeah.
But I mean, they shut down the pass, like, I think it was 10 or 20 miles before the accident because of how backed up it can get.
I like
Yeah, oh yeah, it was.
in the camera on screen, my Mac Tools t-shirt says, Jam! Jam!
Jesus.
Space Jam?
Just jam.
Yeah.
It does look good, doesn't it?
And welcome to
It's impressive.
But yeah, there's a whole lot of you have, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hopefully it stays relatively easy.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed for you, buddy. Oh, speaking of someone who's doing a lot better than they were, I talked to Ponce recently.
Yeah, how is he doing?
Seems better.
Is he still obsessing?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Seems better. He sent me a funny reel on Instagram on Christmas, and then I replied and I was like, "Holy shit! I thought you were dead." And
Yeah.
He's like, "100% disability now. Moving to the Philippines this year." I'm like, "Okay, sounds like you're gonna be in a better place."
Yeah, I mean, at that place, yeah, I'd
Yeah.
probably love it there.
Yeah, he'll be there. He's probably gonna
Yeah.
open a bar and try to get me to come visit,
I will be
and
sure.
I probably will.
I'll be sure to avoid that bar if I pull in the Philippines. Sounds like a Liberty incident waiting to happen.
It's far enough away from Subic, you guys wouldn't be able to get there anyway. Angeles
You know
City.
what? That's probably best case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, hey, yeah, good.
100%.
That's a lot of Filipino pesos. Holy shit.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, are you looking at 100% disability in pesos?
Remember like 2
Yeah.
years ago when I was thinking about running away to the Philippines and I was looking at nice apartments and it was like, oh, they're like 3,800 pesos a month. I'm like, it's $40.
Gee,
It's
that's
like
it.
$40, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nice. No wonder so many retired people go out of country.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, fucking. I'm surprised Standish didn't go back. I know he has a place in Whitby, but, like. Yeah.
Did he stay
no.
in Oki?
Huh?
Did he stay in Oki?
No, he's back in Whitby. I think he's down in San Diego right now because I couldn't get his treatment in Whitby, but he's in San Diego processing out.
He's what? Schizophrenia?
It was a lot of shit wrong with him that the Navy caused. That
Yeah.
the rotation really fucked him up too.
Well, the sleep schedule and the stress, I mean, it's compounding
Yeah.
issues on your neurological system.
Yeah, so it was not good. Yeah. So I mean, I'm glad he is getting out. I've sent him car pictures every so often and been like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he'll look at it and never really get back to me. So I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
Probably busy.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Busy with shit.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna stress it too much. It is what it is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Wow.
What?
You could almost for the full amount of disability, you could almost get a 15-bedroom apartment
That's
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Buy some apartments over there.
I bought an apartment complex, and now I rent it.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow, in a different area, you can get a 27-bedroom apartment.
Phew,
That's
pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a duplex apartment complex. Is what that you bought in a
Wow.
tower. this is my skyscraper.
God.
I rent it.
Trump Tower, but Filipino version.
Ponce Tower.
That's
Ponce Tower. Oh man.
yeah, that shit's. I'm glad he's doing better. Glad
Yeah,
that he's
he-
not off the deep end.
He was struggling for a while. He called me one day. He's like, if I disappear, it was the FBI, and it was like
You called me too.
a couple
Said
other
same
cryptic
shit.
things, and then I didn't really hear from him. I was kind of like, I don't really know what to take.
Posting pictures of the cable van and shit. Saying like, I was surveilling him. And like, dog, what's going on?
Tagging the field office, which ironically was probably had them going, this guy I think he needs help.
Yeah.
No,
I'm glad. It seems like he got it. And he's
Yeah.
doing better now. So
hopefully he's doing better.
unless he was just lying to me and he's not doing better. But,
I mean,
he was coherent, which is a start.
clearly he's doing. they upped his disability, so that means they had to do some looking at
There's
to
some
find out.
mental breakage there.
Yeah, and so it sounds like
Medication helps too. A lot of times.
Yeah.
I was medicated for a couple of years, and I'm off of it now because I'm not depressed anymore because life isn't depressing anymore. So
yeah, that'll do it. That's crazy.
that's
huh?
it's what we call depression and the actual clinical definition of depression versus just sadness. Was I depressed as far as the culture is concerned? Yes. Was I clinically depressed? No. It was just sad. Life sucked.
Amber Alert, Olympia, Washington.
Oh shit! Better get out there, Miller. Go find him. Batman.
No, I'm getting it too.
It's in Olympia.
The thing is, I don't care. Yeah, Olympia's several hours away.
I'd have to make a trek, and to find a white 2007 Ford 4-door and just be like, that's the Amber Alert. That was probably a dime a dozen.
Yeah, you're gonna find him fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't really think so. I mean,
Cool. I think
I-
Grace sold a dome.
What?
And Grace sold one of her domes.
What's that-
oh,
what's that
nice.
going
It's like
Big
a
yurt.
It's like a yurt, but more permanent and
on? Oh, okay.
definitely more durable for like
Nice.
trees falling on it and shit. But she has two of them. We don't need two of them. We're only gonna use the one. So
Yeah.
listed one on buy sell trade and a bunch of look-a-loos and shit. At one point, a guy wanted to trade a '90s 3/4 ton Ram with a Cummins, and I was like, I mean, take it. That's easier to sell than a dome, even if you don't want it.
Yeah.
That's not my work truck. That's easier to sell than a dome.
A running diesel engine.
Yeah.
They hold value.
It's like, it's got 300,000 miles. It's like, doesn't fucking matter. It's a Cummins work truck.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, but, yeah, no, hopefully the dome will be sold. That'd be good.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Which we got a lot of shit to do to her property where she lives. Her house is like probably gonna last another like 2 years, so she's gonna
Oh.
do similar to me and get like not a prefab but like a building built.
I got you.
and then
It's like the
tear
house. What do you mean
house
it's not
down.
going to last? Like it has a lot of
wasn't
things that need to be
intended to
fixed?
be a house, and
I
it
gotcha.
also was built by an artist named John Roselli, who was not a builder.
That'll do it.
Everything on the property was done by this guy who was an artist and not a builder. Yeah. John Roselli's a goofy guy. He killed himself. A lot of artists do.
I feel like that. Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like that's an artist thing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I was like, I'm looking at John Roselli and he's a mobster. I don't think it's the same guy.
Different guy.
Maybe look him up and put painter afterwards.
Just put John Roselli artist. I don't know what. I think it's sculpture, maybe he did. I have no fucking idea what John Roselli did. All I know is he's a pretty cool property, but everything was done like shit.
Oh, it's a Ford Crown Vic. Mm.
It's a police car.
Huh. Yeah, I think I see him. Older white guy. I mean, I'm sure he was younger when he did it.
Yeah.
Huh. Neat. But I mean, it's good. I mean, glad that she. Yeah, you guys kind of have an idea of what gonna go on with the house. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
prefabs are nice.
we've got plans and schemes.
Schemes.
She'd made lots of designs in SketchUp and stuff, and we sent it out to all the steel building people to get quotes and stuff for getting my shop done. So that'll be good.
Do the
Hell
same
yeah.
thing when she wants to build her little place.
Yeah, it's gonna be different and
More house-like.
well, more house-like and certainly more like artistic and like fancy than
I got you.
just my shop that I happen to live above.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but yeah, we got plans and schemes, and hopefully everything will be working out. And yeah,
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
yep.
Hell yeah, buddy. Yeah. Figure out what I'll do for a living once I figure out where I'll be.
Hell yeah, buddy. You've always
Yeah.
got a place here with me.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I think you'd like Orcus.
Yeah, no, I we only went there once. I don't even know why we. It would have been with you if we went. I don't know why we would have gone.
I don't think we ever went to Orcus. Because until I'd met Gray, I'd never traveled to the islands.
We would have traveled with.
Sure, you
with
guys didn't
somebody.
pick up a car out there somewhere?
No.
No.
I remember the ferry.
That's fair.
Pretty unforgettable, the ferry.
Yeah,
Speaking
that
of
is-
ferry, I was on the ferry to get back into Coopville last night.
That one's
2
good.
nights ago,
That one's good.
and they almost couldn't make it in because of all the driftwood.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the drive to go around, and it was like a 4.5, 5-hour drive to go around, and I was like, man, I really hope they make it in because
It's an hour wait for a 30-minute ferry.
yeah,
Yeah. The ferry's nice.
That's crazy that they can't do anything about that driftwood though.
I mean, there's a lot. There's
I mean,
a lot of it.
You could get a tug in to like net it, push it all out, but like
Yeah.
it'd come back.
Well, I mean,
It-
well, yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't even push it out. Like, bring it in and then I don't know, burn it.
There's
wet.
shitloads of it. I mean, it just goes. So if you start
Yeah.
burning it, it's gonna burn for miles, and hard to control that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's all over
We
the
just
place.
need a fucking oiler to fucking sink near it. That way we could just burn the wood out in the ocean.
Oh, it's all Dawson oil. Let's just.
Let's just sink an oiler. Fucking easy day.
Most of that wood is too moist to burn. You'd have to dry it and then
We
burn it.
here at VP Oil Company would like to say we're sorry.
They never are.
They never are.
No.
Corporation's bad.
South Park did a
Oh.
parody of that. It was goddamn hilarious.
Yeah. Good times.
Too much else to talk about.
Yeah,
I
there's
miss
not
my
a
little
whole
guy
lot else.
Bird. I got home last night and I shared it with the group chat, but Grace sent me a text of all the things Simon was saying. Where's Kyle? Kyle? Screams like he's trying to call you, taps on the window where you usually smoke. And she's like, I said, Kyle isn't here tonight. He went away. He's a disappointed hiss grunt. I miss that guy. I'm glad he misses me too. I love him so much. He's the best. I'm a bird. Not even my bird. He's Gray's bird. I just like him. He's been giving me
Yeah.
head scritches. I'll come over to him when he's on one of his perches, and I don't even ask him if he wants to step up or go for a ride anymore. I just go, hmm? And when I put the fingers out, he goes like, and I'm like, oh, you want Nick scritches? And then just like 3 fingers just like scratch the feathers on the back of his neck and just like, oh yeah, that's good. And he'll like squat and get into it, and then like, I know though, we body language communication when he goes like, it's like he's not gonna bite me, but that's like, okay, we're done now. And then I'm like, thank you, good boy, and I give him a walnut, and because he's a good boy and he didn't bite me.
Hell yeah.
But he's got some trauma from definitely his past homes, and he's still dealing with some issues. He's still regrowing his feathers. He just still doesn't have all of them, so he still can't fly. His beak He's got like, I don't know, chips in his beak. And, like it's like flaking in one part, and I'm like, oh buddy, I bet that hurts. Maybe that's why he likes hot tea so much and dunks his whole face in it. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know,
he's so cute.
Well, do beaks heal? I don't know much about it. Like, I
Yeah.
know that
Yeah,
They
that
grow.
they're in really bad shape, that they can graft on new
Yeah.
beaks.
they
but
do that
I
with
don't-
acrylic sometimes, but
Yeah.
his isn't so bad that he needs like work done to his beak. It's like the soft enamel of his beak that's
Mm.
torn up, not the bone that holds it. Like, so it'd be like fingernails for us. Like if
Yep.
Okay.
you damage a fingernail, like yeah, will eventually it'll grow back. So it's
Or-
Okay.
just takes time.
Or it'll just be forever fucked up.
Nah,
Not his
I think
beak.
he'll get better.
He said like fingernails and toenails. I messed up my toenails some 2 years ago now, and it's not grown the same since.
Well, have you done
Yeah.
any treatment to let it grow back correctly?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Have you gotten mani pedis?
I damn near took the
Are
whole
you wearing
toenail
wool
off.
socks?
Are they wool socks? I don't know.
Fuck no, those are the worst socks you can get. I'm giving you a pair of wool socks before we leave.
I don't need wool socks.
Yeah, you do. They're gonna change your life.
I'm good.
I'm telling you.
I run hot. You put wool on me, I'm gonna sweat even more.
No, it breathes.
No, wool is breathable, dummy.
Wool is
Wool
breathable.
itches.
Wool is cool.
No, not. You're
Wool
thinking
is
of the cheap wool,
fireproof.
like the nice wool, the wool blends that they use now.
I'm
They're really soft.
Yeah.
Trust me, because when I worked at Okinawa, we had parts of the work area were hot, parts of it were ice cold.
Hmm.
You wear wool because wool is breathable and it allows the moisture in your feet to evaporate,
I
so
got
you don't get. But it's also soft. It's like softer than cloth.
These are the shit, my man.
Wool socks.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
The good like Carhartt wool socks from Amazon.
Yeah.
You just
I don't feel too bad inside. I'm like,
stop wearing that shit. Those are awful for your feet. Those
They're just socks.
take all the sweat and moisture of your feet, and they just like hold it, and they
Oh.
make your feet stink, and they're really bad for your feet, man.
Good thing I shower every
Senior
day.
Smith taught me about taking care of your feet.
Good thing I shower every day.
Yeah, don't Reebok. Any kind of athletic
to,
sock.
to be fair, I don't usually wear these. I'm running out of
Right.
clean socks in my
Just
drawer.
listen. Any kind of athletic sock is meant to be worn to the gym or while playing a sport, and then immediately taken off afterward. You're not meant to like wear those every day like socks.
I got you.
Yeah. It's,
Also,
a lot of
cloth
people have
socks
like lost that information to time.
Socks are
cloth
socks to me.
socks.
Uh-huh.
Cloth socks also, like, wool socks are more expensive, but they last a lot longer than cloth socks. Like, cloth socks you wear like a year or so, and then they're worn out and you throw them away.
Mm.
Wool
I've
socks
had
will
those
last
for years.
years.
Fair enough.
Those are great. I buy a bunch of like the bundle on Amazon. You can buy like a 30-pack of wool socks on Amazon for like $17 or whatever.
Yeah.
And just fucking like you'll never need to buy socks again. And especially because how often you wear boots.
Yeah.
Fucking wear those with boots, man.
Yeah,
Those are the
they're
only
great.
socks I wear anymore is wool socks.
Maybe it will be life changing. I usually wear Costco socks with my boots, the weatherproof ones.
Buy the Costco wool boot socks then. They're pretty good. I don't know if they're as good as my work socks, but those are the only socks I wear anymore. Well, I only ever wear boots anymore. But also, that and like, when I'm home, I'm barefoot. I don't wear socks at home. I'm barefoot.
I am usually
Grace
barefoot.
house, I'm barefoot.
I'm usually barefoot at home.
Take care of your feet, man. They're the only ones you got.
But what? There's,
Think of it like
there's
this.
replacements.
I saw LeBron James explain it this way on a podcast. We were talking about how he's still going at 40, and it's like, imagine that. You know, I came in this league in 03. Imagine you got an 03 Escalade, and you're still just running that shit on like the factory tires. Like, so yes, I like getting foot massages. It's like it's like yeah.
Fair
Gotta
enough.
take care of your feet, dog. They're the only ones you get.
Yeah.
You don't.
But if I lose feet, I get disability.
Not worth it.
No.
You can get to
Definitely
100 without
not.
losing something, bro.
That's true. That's true.
Well, it's a lot easier if you lose your mind. You can.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Can't just prove you lost that. Also, can't just prove you have erectile dysfunction.
Ah.
Claim ED, claim depression. Always.
Speaking of
Why wouldn't you?
the The
Snippy.
healing process for the Snippy was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Hey?
Like, it wasn't bad. I didn't even need ice. The hardest part is this is the killer. I had 4 days to just chill, and I thought
Yeah.
I was okay because I'd been wearing sweatpants and loose pants, and then I put my uniform on, and I went to tie my shoes, and I went,
Oh, these are tight in the crotch.
it was painful, and I got to work walking all weird. He's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Nah. Here's a 48-hour Liberty shit that I'm gonna put in real quick." He goes, "Oh, when?" I was like, "I'm leaving in a couple hours. I ain't coming back for 2 days." It's like, here's my Liberty shits. Make it happen. It's like, this is not comfortable.
What's the matter with you, Miller?
It
My
hurt to
taint
stand
hurts.
up. It hurt to sit down.
Yeah.
It just,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was a little swollen. I couldn't
Yeah.
quite tell until I put on my uniform pants. I was like, oh, we're not back to normal size yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Additionally, like the uniforms we had, they are
There's not a lot
made
of
of
room.
bad materials and made like shit.
Yeah.
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 Which is funny because you don't have to worry about, you don't know about that, but the new people that make the uniforms, they can't keep up with demand. So over in Okinawa and here, I can't get uniforms in my size
Interesting.
because they can't keep up with demand. The new supplier.
So
That's what you get for taking the lowest bidder.
once again, McNeil's many talents. None of you knew I knew how to cut hair until that deployment where I cut everybody's hair.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
true.
yeah,
I can sew. If you had to buy uniforms that were too big, I could tailor them down to your size. Grace got a
Yeah,
really
the problem
badass
is
sewing
that
machine. I could embroider your name on your uniforms. No name
The
tapes.
problem is that the only ones they really have are like 2XL.
Yeah, for all the chiefs.
Yeah. It's
Get that chief body.
yeah.
But
And
even
as
I've
soon as-
let myself go a little bit. I'm kind of fat, but I'm still not chief body. Good lord.
Some of them
Well-
chief bodies are round.
Oh yeah.
Rotund.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, dude.
Which blows my mind because buying dress blues now is extremely expensive. I could not imagine having to buy new dress uniforms as a chief.
Dude, I still
Those things are stupid.
got mine. All my,
Yeah.
most of my uniforms are still in a box in the garage. Yeah. They'll still fit
I mean-
too.
I still have a pair of the Type 1s because I like those better than the Type 3s you wear.
I do too, but they're not mine. They're his. They're in a box in my closet. Your blueberries.
Are they the ones
Yeah.
Probably.
that I wore? Oh no, that was a good
Yeah.
time. Shit, I have watch. I need to get my uniform here. Just use this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just take mine.
Easy day, man. Easy day.
Oh yeah, that was the day you were a petty officer before you were a petty officer.
Yeah. Petty
Fuck
Officer
it.
Dirk's at your service. I'm glad no one walked in that knew me. That would have been real awkward to explain.
Fuck it. You're standing watch. Who
If I
cares?
walked in and knew you, they wouldn't look at your name tapes. They would just look at your face
That's true.
because
that's
they know
true.
you. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Man, those are wild times. Like when we fucking built a snowman in front of Kelly's door.
Built it
It
from
was
my door.
your door. It was your. Yeah.
I opened the door and went, "What the fuck?"
That's some shit. How do
And
you,
then
how do
like-
you even do that?
I didn't even like smash it down. I'm just like, I'm gonna just leave this here. And then somebody came through and smashed it, and then there was just a big puddle in the hallway
Yeah.
for like days after that. And then I remember the BPO coming by and like, yeah, I don't know if the ceiling's leaking or what. There's a big puddle here. I was like, yeah, I know, man. It's crazy. You better get that fixed.
That shit wild.
It's a
Well, it's even
fucking
funnier too because
snowman.
the quarterdeck guy for that saw us all, like saw me and I don't remember who. I think it was like
That dude
Maybe
had
it was you
that
and
dude
Lee.
had to watch you guys
Yeah.
carry in fucking massive snowballs and just not give a fuck.
It
Yeah,
was,
no,
this
he
was
saw
not
it.
a
He was
small
like-
snow. This was a snowman the size of me in front of my door
It's like big ass snowballs. Dude's like,
yeah.
on the 4th floor
what
of
are
the
they
barracks.
doing? That's a trek.
Yeah.
That's a fucking trek.
Up the
That was-
steps. These to build stuff.
Oh,
I heard
yeah,
you
then we
doing
put
it,
it
and I was
in-
like,
and then-
what are they doing?
I think we took part of it to Kelly's room because Kelly's like, oh, it's gonna leave a mess, and he went and took it to his bathroom and like tried to wash it down. It was just so much water. He was like, I can't.
Just put it in the shower.
Yeah, it's
Turn on warm water and
Put in
walk
the shower,
away.
let it melt. Yeah.
I think he put it in the toilet is where he put it. I was
Why?
It's the worst place to put it. That
Why
water's
would
cold.
you do that?
Yeah.
like,
There's a fucking shower.
but it's whatever. That was so long ago. Oh,
So many
that was
good,
good
so many
times.
good parties in 420.
Oh, 420 was the days.
Man, I should have stolen that door sign.
Yeah, I absolutely should have.
We still have
I
IDs.
still can.
We can go back and steal it. We can go
Yeah.
back and steal it as civilians. We'll just be like, oh yeah, we're replacing all the door signs.
We'll start with this one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, you start at the
Yeah.
fourth floor all the way
We
over. It
start
makes
farthest
sense.
away from the door. Yeah.
Oh,
We go seriously. We'll walk in. We'll pull some high vis vests out of our pockets. We'll put them on. We'll take a paint scraper and start scraping the door. They're like, "What's going on?" Like, "Oh no, we're replacing your door sign. It gets stolen all the time because it's the number. Haha. Like we're just putting 421 up here, even though there is no 421." And then we'll just take it and we'll leave. And he'll be like, "I don't know, some guys in vests." So.
These guys
Oh,
in
man.
vests, one of them had a beard and long hair, and be like, that doesn't fucking narrow it down.
Well, they weren't in the military.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll put a fake beard on over my beard. That way they'll be like, "Who's wearing a fake beard?"
Wear
They'll never look
wear
for
a
a guy
Santa
with a real
Claus.
beard.
Gotta wear a whole ass Santa Claus beard.
Nah.
Fucking love those things. Good times, man. I still have the sombrero. It's in a box.
I have on my fridge because it's a magnet. I still have the safe magnet from Stingray.
Hell yeah.
I have the Stingray door sign too. I stole that when I left.
Yeah.
Like 9 people watched me take it out of the door and put it in my cargo pocket and then leave COPS. Nobody said anything.
Tanner, when he was still on crack, and he had me make one of the door plaques, with like the actual crack
Oh yeah, because
on
you
it.
were in the engraver.
So he had
yeah.
me make it. It's still there. It's still up.
Hell
There's
yeah.
like everyone else is nice black, gold medal, and there's red Kraken with the fucking symbol on it.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Team Kraken, butt cheek clapping.
There's one of our crews in CEOPS now, because of all the frat cases that were coming out. Well, their whole saying is, at the end of the day, it's like ship mates, not ship dates. They say it loud as shit every
cringe.
fucking day. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's cringe. Yeah, the military is cringe knows no bounds.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, no, that's the military in a nutshell, man.
We weren't. Cruise I was on, we were never like cringe. We were always a little wild. We're kind of like the 80s University of Miami of sonar teams.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Hey, don't go in that
was,
pod. Why not? You might get fucked up.
I mean, y'all had wild fucking characters. You had
we
fucking
had some
10 years that-
characters. I love that we had some characters. Our warrant officer was that way. Cracking double stomp.
We had this dude's name is Warrant Hulak. I don't know if you know him. No, I guess he came from that side and came over to Whidbey. And we had moved pods into an empty pod because we had 2 crews in our pod. And then
Crazy how that continues to happen.
Oh, almost every pod has 2 crews right now. It's insane.
Who the fuck's deployed?
Welcome. Well, the ships keep breaking, and on top of that, they're trying to man up a 12th crew right now. Like we have 11 crews ready to go, and they're trying to man up a 12th. Then all the
Ain't
mass
got no
cases,
boats.
all the mass cases ruined it. They're trying to make it so that
Ain't
people
got no
aren't
boats. Ain't
deploying.
got no sailors.
They don't want people to deploy twice a year. They're trying to make it so that people can actually come home and enjoy being home for a little bit.
Boy, I sure am glad I caught the tail end of when we had 8-month deployments. Love that 8-month deployment that ruined my marriage. I'm in a better place now.
I feel like
Speaking of, I
that
can't remember the countless
deployment-
times sneaking my wife into the barracks. It was literally not hard.
that deployment probably did
Yeah.
you a favor in that.
Yeah.
and like that did you a favor in that area.
I wasn't home for any of that.
Yeah.
Good.
Probably for the best.
I'm in such a better place now. I love Grace so much. We
I can see it.
We don't have any kids, but we got Simon. I love him.
That's pretty much a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot like having a like. There's no like taking a day off from the bird.
No,
Yeah.
they require lots of care.
He wakes up at sunrise. I get up when he starts. He's funny because he'll be in his cage still covered up, but the sun will be up, and he'll be like, "Hey, can you hear me? Get up!" I'm like, I'll get up and be like, "Hey, morning, Simon," and he'll like do his happy noise. Which he's got 2 different happy noises. He's got one for Gray and he's got one for me.
That's adorable.
Aww.
Gray's is woo. Mine is woo. He makes the woo noise every time I get close to him. Like I go up to his perch and he wants pets. He's like woo. And I'll be like, oh yeah.
It's like having a toddler in the house.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're like he's as smart as like a 4 to 6 year old.
Yeah, I believe it.
And yeah, I get up and I get him his new food, and I'll chop him up some apple and some cucumber and some carrot and his veggies, and I'll get him fresh water. And he'll eat for about 10 minutes. And then when he's done, he climbs back up to the perch on top of his cage, and I fill up the sprayer with hot water and give him his hot shower. He makes this like noise when he's ready for shower time. It's just 2 clicks, but I can't do it because I'm not a bird. And I'll be like, "Yep, shower time. You ready?" And then he'll on the perch, and I'll be like, "Okay, here we go." And just hold it above it and mist him like it's raining on him when it's warm,
Yeah.
and he likes it, and he'll puff up and wings out and everything, and
Get it all, work
Yeah.
it all out.
once he's like dripping and soaking wet, which is what you're supposed to do. They're supposed to be that wet to keep them from getting dusty and to keep their skin nice and keep it from getting irritated. I'll grab the sheet that we cover his cage with, and I'll shake it. Because when I shake it, then he instinctively shakes off to it. Like, yeah, shake it off, buddy, shake it off. And I'll put him on his perch and wheel him in front of the heat pump for a little bit, and he'll look out the window and just dry off.
Aw.
That's adorable.
And then we play, throw the cup or the toilet paper roll or whatever back and forth for a little bit, and he'll get mad at the toy, and then he'll like grab it with his foot and the toilet paper roll and hold it down, and he'll be like, what?
Is that the thing? Is that the thing you kept throwing in the video?
It was a cup.
That was a cup.
It was just a coffee cup.
Yeah.
It's this like cardboard coffee cup.
Kept throwing it.
Yeah, he can throw some shit.
Yeah.
He's strong. Yeah. Or he'll hiss at it.
When I was a kid, we had a shepherd, German shepherd, and he if we didn't play fetch with him, he eventually found out he could play fetch with himself.
Yeah.
Like our house, from the front door all the way to the back door is pretty much a straight shot. So what he'd do is he'd pick up the ball and throw it, and then run at and let it roll away, and then run after it. It was the most entertaining. Like I was sitting on the couch one day, and I called Mom, like, "What is our dog doing?" She goes, "Oh, he learned how to play fetch with himself." It's like, "Why don't you take him outside and throw the ball for him?" I was like, "Oh, okay." like, dude didn't even ask me. He just looked like he was having the time of his life, throwing his own damn ball.
Fuck it, I'll do my own throw.
Yeah, he would just toss it.
Play with myself. I can't wait till I'm out of Orcas full time and living in the Kyle shop, and then I can go through that program and adopt a either failed or ex-military working dog. It's gonna be so cool to have like a dog, Shepherd, Belgian Malinois, whatever. But a dog that listens, never had that.
Yeah.
Never in my life.
Oh, they've been trained properly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a dog that's been trained and listens. Yeah, that'll be cool.
Make sure you train them how to sick balls. Or make that their
I think
attack
they
command.
already know.
Make that their attack command. Sick balls! No! Not my balls!
I mean, thankfully, they should be good on training, and they should be, socialized.
Yeah. Depending on what kind of dogs you get retired bomb sniffing dogs. Sometimes you just kind of go into work mode and they'll alert on things, and that's a good fucking time.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, my
I'm gonna try
retired
to not do that.
bomb sniffing dog just alerted on this. You gotta call the authorities. That was his job for years.
No, don't I just investigate and I go,
And
buddy,
hopefully,
that's just grease. A bomb sniffing dog would be horrible to have in an automotive shop because he'd smell everything and be like, "You can make a bomb with all this." Well, yeah, but we're not gonna.
This is all a bomb.
every time he picks something up, just alerts on you. It's like it's not a bomb.
No, I'd like to get it. I don't know. We saw. Have you guys? So we talk about Stalker the game a lot, and it's based on Roadside Picnic and also the movie Stalker. You ever watched the movie Stalker?
No,
I watched parts of it. It wasn't.
You'd hate it.
fair enough.
I think you could see the artistic credibility of it. I watched it with
Yeah.
Gray because I like it. But toward the end of the movie, they find that dog. It is the most beautiful all black Malinois dog you've ever seen. And Gray's like, "Oh my god, that dog's amazing." I was like, "I would love to have a dog that looks like that." An all black Malinois. This is the most incredible looking dog.
That's a theft deterrent in itself.
Yeah.
Just looking at a dog like that, you're like,
Well, they've got these big orange eyes too. And you're like, whoa,
yeah. You look at that, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna steer clear of this
that's a
place.
fur missile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Fur missile activate.
Can't wait things to happen. Can't wait to have a dog. Can't wait to see my boy Simon again. Happy New Year,
Hell
everybody.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
A nice resolution that actually will be followed.
Yeah.
My New Year's resolution is to
Best of my
survive
ability.
another year.
Easy peasy. Set
Yeah.
the bar low.
Yep. Low as possible.
Still in the
damn,
military.
you know damn well if things do get tough, you have an expansive support network you
I
can
know.
always reach out to.
No,
We're here. I'm a $50 ferry ride away.
no. Is it
It's-
that much?
It's $15 if you walk on.
Oh, I got you.
$50 for a car.
God damn.
But yeah, well, space is limited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make a reservation. It costs $16 extra, but you will guaranteed get on your boat.
And that's really the big thing is then you have to wait God knows how long for the
Yeah,
next
it's
ferry.
like, when's the next boat? It's like 3 hours from now. It's like, fuck!
Yeah. I'd rather
Take a
pay
nap in
$16
the
just to
truck.
make sure.
Oh. Speaking of ferries, Esther had an appointment at Bremerton because, you know, our naval hospital sucks and all the specialists are a hell of a drive away.
The
Yeah.
VA clinic in Mount Vernon is nice.
Yeah, I bet it is.
I have an appointment
But we
there
had
on
to go to Bremerton.
the 8th.
And I asked her the night before, hey, what ferry are we going to take in the morning? She said, well, all the reservations were filled. I mean, like days in advance. So she's like, well, we'll just go to the 8:15 ferry. We'll be standby. Granted, I've never had an issue being standby on that ferry ever. So I don't know if people actually get turned away or not, to be honest. But she wakes up
They
at like
do.
6 in the morning, and then out of nowhere goes, I had a nightmare. We need to go now. We need to make the 7:15 ferry. I'm like, God damn it! Like I hadn't loaded the car up. I didn't put the car seat in my car. I was like, motherfucker.
I gotta rush.
Oh yeah, rushed. Got there. It's like the third car in standby and just rolled right on. No problem. There's hardly any reservations to get to Port Townsend. Getting home, we had a 6:45 reservation, but we were there a lot earlier, so we just hopped on standby for a ferry and got on first try.
Yeah, if you're like first in line, you'll probably make it on.
Yeah.
That's always a good
10th
feeling,
in
though.
line. So it was definitely, I was a little concerned, but I figure even if all those cars go, we'll be first in line for the ferry after.
Oh, they pack them in. And
Yeah,
they got
they
a
do.
big ferry. The
Yeah.
inter-island ferries to the San Juans are not as big and
No.
not as nice. And
No.
they're
I had these
frequently
dudes,
broken.
they waved the cars on, and they were sitting there walking car to car, telling people to move up, like just to save,
Yep.
so they could squeeze an extra car on. And I was
I
like,
mean, you get 6 inches of car, 30 cars, man, that's several feet. You
right.
get
So
another
they
car
were,
on that.
they were trying to get one more car on, so they had us all scooting forward, and phew, that was a tight fit. And I looked at us and like, the car in front of me doesn't set their parking brake, I'm fighting them.
I mean, hey man, that was why we did those impact bumpers in fucking like the
The
80s.
5-mile-an-hour bumper.
Yeah.
Late 70s and early 80s. Some bitches were heavy, but they worked.
Yeah.
I think, truly, from the standpoint of right to repair and you should be able to service your own vehicle, we shouldn't have progressed too much further beyond the quality and way we were building cars in the mid to late 80s.
You're not wrong.
Once we got beyond that, it's like you can't work on this now.
Everything got too smart.
Yeah.
I mean, you get an fender bender nowadays, and it's like, well, it's thousands of dollars of work because it messed up all of these sensors. And it's like, why are they in a bumper?
Wait, I mean, to a lesser extent, like, oh man, my head unit died. Okay, well, I'm gonna go down to the parts store and buy like their cheapo $10 one for a
Plug
head
and
unit, or I'm gonna just order like a nice Alpine or a Pioneer or whatever and put it in. It's easy to wire it, match the colors. And nowadays it's like, oh man, my the function on my
The screen on my car
screen
died.
doesn't work. Like, what do I do? Like, well, several $100s for a new screen, and the dealer has to install it because they have to flash program it to work with the car and not communicate with all the modules.
Yep.
It's like,
Yeah, so
what was wrong with buttons and dials?
Well, yeah. it's
Trying to
that
turn cars
and-
into iPhones to get kids to buy them.
Yeah. That and every car nowadays, their infotainment system does everything.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
so like even my brother's BMW, it's a I think it's a 2024. So like he got it earlier this year, late
Yep.
last year.
Yeah.
Already has a glitch in the screen where like there's a line through it with a couple pixels tall, and then there's a few other like pixels dead, and it's like, yeah, I tried to take it, and they said it wasn't their problem. I'm like, you have a warranty. He's like, yeah,
that-
I'm like,
You can't be nice about it when you're going for warranty work. You got to be a dick about it because they'll try and turn you away for anything that's under warranty.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
did.
Do they not
That's
get
the whole
paid?
thing.
Do they not get paid the same? You work in shops more, so I don't quite understand why they turn away warranty work like that.
Warranty's a set amount as opposed to hourly.
Got it.
Or I don't know. It depends on the shop, really. Most dealerships, there's a book time, and you try to be under time on that. Warranty, usually it's a set book time that you get paid for, regardless of how long it takes. And if it's warranty, usually it takes longer than book time.
Got it. That
So,
would
the shop
explain why they
doesn't
hate
make
it.
money on the warranty.
Okay.
Is the reason they don't like to do it.
I had even the minivan that I had a seal that kept getting sucked into the window every time the window rolled down. And it was, it was covered.
Stick that back up.
it would pull the whole thing down. It clipped back in when you roll the window up where it should sit. It just there's something wrong in the door. And he kept trying to say no, it's not in the door. And I looked at him. I was like, it's in the door. Fix it.
Yeah.
It's like it's not hard. He goes, well, I'm like, this covered under warranty. Fix my fucking car.
Door panel off and adjust all your window slides and stuff and slide the window forward
Yeah.
this
Right.
much.
Right. Honestly.
Half a millimeter.
Yeah. And that's probably what it was. It's just
Misalignment.
yeah.
And things like that. Cars get built on assembly lines by people who necessarily don't know how to work on cars, but
They're watching
have been
machines
trained
build
to
shit.
build them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why factory paint sucks. A robot does it. Bought a brand new car. You want it to look nice? Go get it detailed. Get a paint correction.
Yep.
Yeah.
A good detailer is gonna make that car look better than the factory ever could.
Oh yeah.
And
for
it'll
sure.
be ceramic coated.
Yeah.
Shit, so it'll look
I mean, that's because
nice
they're
for a while.
pumping out, like, because having gone to Mazda, because they have their museum, but they also have a section where you can go and see the assembly line. And
Yeah.
they're doing the assembly line for pretty much all of the same cars, like, on the same. It's just, they go and they have a note that, or whatever, like, computer will say, okay, well, this car is next, it wants this options. And then they go and they pull it out, and it's basically, you guys good?
Oh, sorry. I'm on the Alert Whidbey app, and it's Oak Harbor Police and Fire Department to Walmart parking lot for motor vehicle accident. Vehicle went through a pole and up into a tree.
Huh.
Like
Drunk driver.
how fast are you going to go through a pole and into a tree in a
But I
in
mean,
a
if it's
parking
just
lot?
one of those little poles, I mean, they're hollow.
unless they
So-
were on the road above Walmart and they went over the bank through a pole into a
could
tree.
tumble,
But I mean,
something.
even that road's like 25 speed limit.
Yeah, speed limit.
Yeah.
speed limit. Yeah, I hear you saying.
Just
About,
suggestions.
not only are there no new cars I would want to buy, I mean,
It's like new game.
the only thing close-ish that I would have wanted to buy maybe is like one of the newer Challengers, and not like a Hellcat or anything ridiculous, just
Just a normal Challenger.
Scat Pack, manual, Hemi, no sunroof, get a good color, and that'd be a cool just daily driver because it'd be reliable and it wouldn't be ridiculous. It'd be, the Hemi, but still, yeah, that would have been cool because they are about the closest to having a real old Challenger you could possibly get is like a nice used newer one because they did
Yeah.
in the most recent years before it was discontinued. They did the retro styling really well. Interior wise,
Yeah.
it had the look right.
Yeah.
The first generation of the retro Challenger was awful. It was so plasticky and shit. God, Dodge was terrible then, but the newer ones, the post facelift, those are pretty nice, pretty solid cars, but
They don't look bad.
but yeah,
Yeah.
there's no new cars I'd ever want to buy. I'd much rather, well, like with the idea to get like a first gen Cummins work truck, I would like to get one of those and then I'm gonna strip it and paint it. I'll probably go through the motor just so it's freshened up. I'll paint the motor so it looks nice. And, Dodge transmissions are kind of shit. Probably throw a Turbo 400 behind it
Yeah,
with
so
an
usually the
adapter. So that'd
transmissions go
be a
before
new
the
built
engines.
tranny. Yeah. Rebuild my axles, at least Rattle can rebuild my axles, blow them out, brake clean, relube them, everything, pack the seals and everything again, and then, I'd rather rebuild an old vehicle than buy a new one any day of the week for the rest of my
Oh,
life.
yeah. Yeah.
It's not only that, because then I know all the work's been done to it, and I know who did it,
Yeah.
and I know it's done right, because I did it, and I did it right.
And you know how to fix it
Yeah.
if something goes wrong.
Also that, because I built it.
Oh, hey, that broke. All right, well, let me fix it real quick.
Yeah.
But
The
now I
only
gotta
thing
watch
that-
10 YouTube videos, and then I gotta download certain software to my computer. That way I can fly. Like,
Hey, YouTube
If you can
University,
even
man.
if you can even buy the software,
yeah.
Yeah.
because it's not just downloading the software. You gotta buy that
Some
software.
companies won't let you have it.
Yeah. Oh, dude. The farmers of America suing John Deere for the last 10 years because John Deere refuses to let them fix their own tractors.
Yeah.
Fuck John Deere, bro.
Proprietary
Yeah.
bullshit so that they can't fix it themselves.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Proprietary programs.
New tractors
to
cost
the extent
stupid
of
amounts
like
of money,
getting
too.
a check engine light on the tractor and there's no way for you to clear it. You gotta pull that machine out of work, haul it to the closest John Deere facility. They're gonna charge you like
Yeah.
$1,000
Charge
to
you
clear your check engine light.
$1,000 to press a
Fuck
couple
yeah.
buttons.
That.
You know,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
new tractors are stupid expensive too.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
yeah.
looking at like older tractors from the 80s and stuff, just
Like, I didn't-
because Gray does have the farm and the farm does farm, and I'm like, well, I can tractor just
You,
move
you
dirt.
probably want an
Yeah.
80s or 90s tractor, honestly.
Yeah.
Easier to work on. Make
Yeah.
more fucking sense.
Late 80s, early 90s Ford
Yeah.
compact tractor, which is still bigger than a lawn tractor, but not
Yeah.
quite a farm tractor, which
Right.
that'd be fine. Got a bucket and a scoop on the back, you do alright.
I worry about where America's going. Farmers can't afford to farm.
Not
They're
great.
Gonna, they're gonna hit a point where farmers can't afford to farm anymore, and then
That's where England's at now.
And then what?
That's
Then we
Clarkson's
ain't got no
Farm is all
food.
about. The farmers in the UK, including Jeremy Clarkson, are all protesting right now because
Yeah.
that's where they're at. The farmers can't afford to farm,
right.
and the government has no plan to help them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there is a benefit to being a smaller country in that it's easier to organize and
It's still
and
too
set
many people.
strikes. That's a lot of people, but to get all of America on the same page like that is damn near impossible.
Oh yeah, entirely.
I mean, you know, like smaller countries like that, they get mad about gas prices. Everyone just parks their fucking cars and walks for a week and watches the oil company suffer.
Well, they have walkable cities.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And here in America, they're less walkable for sure. Some cities aren't so bad, but some are terrible.
A lot of cities, there's no sidewalks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There just aren't sidewalks. It's just
Yeah.
all streets.
and it's just you can't get
Or-
millions and millions. You can't get 340 million people on the same page to make companies suffer. That's what it would take. All of America gets on the same page. That all right for a week, no one's buying gas. Bet those gas companies would freak out.
Yeah.
Let them suffer. Let their stocks drop into the toilet. But you can't organize that many people effectively.
Dude, the
No.
craziest thing I can remember is like for a week after 9/11, there were no planes in the sky ever, at all for that whole week. No matter what, and
That's great. Yeah,
like
all flights are grounded.
that did more to heal the ozone layer than the previous like 25 years of regulation and
Yeah.
stopping using cities. This is like no flights for a week healed the
Oh,
ozone
yeah.
layer. It's like incredible.
They won't tell you that. They'll
Yeah.
tell you it's because we stopped using these stuff in these pressurized cans. It's like is it?
Yeah.
Is it though? Or you just want us to feel better about the fact that
Listen,
you know how to
I
fix
know it
things
is
and
the
you won't
most
fix it.
convenient way to travel long distances, but if we did away with commercial flights, that would be tremendous for the
Oh,
environment.
God.
Oh no, he's gone green.
Hulk smash.
We were just talking about
Oh,
going
God.
green, and he literally went green. You're good. It's fixed. Nope.
We're flickering
No.
now.
Now you're froze. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Do.
Hey.
He's back.
Hey, he's back.
Yeah, I just bumped the. For some reason, the camera's not the greatest, so I
Yeah.
need to get.
What was it like going completely green for a couple minutes?
It was eye-opening.
I can only imagine the things you've seen,
I mean,
the feelings you've felt,
I was gonna say,
the experiences you've experienced.
I feel like I've lived.
1,000 lifetimes.
there you go.
I
But,
lived, I lived
yeah,
a
that's
whole
cool.
lifetime that one day when I overdosed on my antidepressants. I lived a whole lifetime in that 4 or 5 hours it took for you to come home at noon and then take me to the hospital. That was quite a morning.
Yeah, that, I believe it.
Are you living it now,
I believe it.
or is it just a random lifetime?
No, I'm better now.
Maybe no. I mean, like you said, you lived the whole lifetime. Is it? Are you following that lifetime?
Dude, time just stopped having a meaning. It stretched on forever.
You might have
That
seen an
couple
alternate
hours.
universe.
don't think so. Definitely don't want to do it again. Was not a good trip.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe
It
it.
doesn't sound a
Yeah.
great time.
SSRIs and SNRIs fuck your brain up. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not on any medication anymore. And after that, I kind of didn't like it, but I was like, well, I still need something, so forget what I was on. Generic something, fluoxetine, for a while, and then I stopped taking it. I've still got a bottle of it around here somewhere. I should probably throw away or something. But
Yeah, they do expire.
yeah. Well, just because of like I don't. What am I gonna? I have no use for these. You know, just throw these
Yeah.
away or something. But yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, that was pretty much all I had.
closing thoughts. Closing arguments.
Being green is quite a thing.
Sure is. You can be a little green. I
Hulk
mean,
smash.
it's even me and my love of polluting old cars that I rebuild and keep on the road. It's far more green than manufacturing a new efficient car.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah,
Still more efficient than a lot of lights.
go save them from the junkyard.
Start making SPCA commercials, but for junkyards instead of animals.
No, I don't want that because then all the junkyard shit's gonna get really expensive, and I'm
Yeah.
never gonna find half.
Yeah,
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Those are still gold mines for people who know what they're looking for, like me. So,
Yeah,
Don't do that.
yeah. Fucking stay away from those junkyards. They're a trap.
cash for clunkers fucked the whole thing up,
Yeah,
bastards.
it really did. Really did.
Yeah, I didn't really have any.
Yeah, no, that was
You
pretty
got
much all I
any-
had.
You got married.
Um,
Congrats.
Yep.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas,
congrats.
everyone. Christmas is past. Happy New Year. This will be up before New Year's. Mark my words. Mark my
I
words.
nearly cut my finger off, but you know it's okay. I still got it unattached.
You know what? That's the win.
Mine got
That's
tore
it.
up, not visibly, but there's like damage under the skin from Simon had a little episode and bit the hell out of me. But I forgive him.
That
He got
Yeah.
issues. It's okay. We worked through them.
He's working through it. He'll
Working
be
through
all
it.
right.
We're working through it with him. Oh, that little guy.
oh yeah.
All right.
I love you. I love you guys.
I love
Love you, buddy.
I love all of my friends, even the ones who never join us for podcasts,
Well,
because they don't.
yeah, I was like the other two are a little busy.
They're going to the fleet now.
Okay, well, I mean, still, but like when we're as big as the Unsub podcast, or like Smoking Tire, and like we're getting ad revenue from this, and everybody's getting a paycheck from doing the podcast, I'm sure they'll want to be involved,
Yeah.
which is fine. I'll let them be involved then, but I'll never let them forget that they weren't here in the trenches when we were digging the foundation of this fucking tower. No, I don't.
Set,
It's fine. I love all
set
my
the
friends.
baseline.
I want all of us to do well and do good things and be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will.
Hopefully, you know, those two will be happy in their new fleet duties.
It sounds mean, but I kind of hope they aren't. That they've only finally finalized it in them that you need to get out of the military to be happy. And then they
Yeah, but
they do the
at
things
that
they want to
point-
do.
I'd probably find true happiness getting out.
But I mean, even if they do hate it, they're at the point now where they might as well just do another one just to tire.
No, fuck that. It's never too early to get out of the military.
It can be too late though.
Yeah.
can be too late.
when you-
Yeah. Well, all right, everyone.
All right, Ski.
Yeah.
We can call it here.